scheduled live. But that's what I like to do, because you know why? It's the captain's prerogative. So, welcome back. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see who shows up, if anybody. It's a beautiful day out. A little bit cold, but sunny and not too bad temperature-wise. I think it's cold because I don't like the cold. All right, so who's here? Today on the menu for drinks, I've got some Bailey's Colada limited edition, thanks to Eric Martin, right there. There he is, saying what you drinking. I'm gonna try this Bailey's Colada. If you like Bailey's Colada and getting caught in the rain, making love at midnight. Anyway, so cheers to you, Eric. Thank you so much. Ew, it's so creamy. And it's yellow. Oh, very tropical. I like. So, cheers, guys. Trekyards represent. All right. Coconutty. Sean, hey Cap, at work, so leaving a like. We'll catch up later. Thank you, Sean. Good to see you. No redo. At least it's cold. Imagine being stuck at 95 Fahrenheit and 95% humidity. I'd love it because I have air conditioning. Then I could go outside and enjoy the warmth. So there's that. Anyway, so what are we going to talk about today? One thing I want to start talking about is a pet peeve of mine. Sylvia and I had to go out today to go to the pet store and do some things, and it's one of those. It's down on Wonderland and Southdale. It's like a huge parking lot with like Home Depot and Jisk and Dollar Store and Toys R Us and PetSmart and HomeSense and all that stuff along. It's set up, of course, so the pedestrians can walk back and forth, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem when people park here, shop way the fuck down here, and then decide it's a good idea to walk across diagonally to their car when you're trying to drive. Don't fucking do that. Walk straight across, get to the side on the parking lot, and then walk along to your car. Don't have me following you as you walk diagonally. That is not cool. That is not the way. Don't do that, please. Major pet peeve of mine, or they don't even use the crosswalk areas that are designated. They just walk out in front of your car. They don't even wait till you drive by, or, walk out like early enough that you have a chance to really slow down. I always wait till the car passes, then I'll go. I don't like just walking out in front of people, so please don't do that, for the love of God. Anyway, so kind of happy, because as it turns out, Discovery's done, and that's good. That means less episodes on Thursday, which for the general viewer is like, oh no, we're not getting as much Star Trek. But regardless, Discovery's over, so that's good. And then we're just doing Picard now. So, got another spammer there, of course, with that it's not, the Discovery's not canon. And he's right, it's not. It's its own canon. It's the Discoverse. So I don't know why he keeps coming on here to say that. We're aware. Thank you. Bye now. Hey Donnie, how's it going? And yes, it is spring. I also hope everyone is well this weekend. So hope you're having a good weekend. And thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Andrew says, greetings from New Zealand. Well, greetings to you as well. Use the bumper or fender, that's what it's for. Just kidding. That's just mean. This is good. It's a little too tropically for me. I'm not a hugest fan of coconut. But you can definitely taste the coconut and pineapple in it, that's for sure. Christian Montgomery is here and says, howdy y'all. Victor says, is Picard the furthest we've been in the canon timeline? Yes. Besides Star Trek Online. And it's autumn. What? Oh, in New Zealand. That's weird. Eric Martin, I'm talking to a girlfriend, but I can still type. Ooh, Eric's got a girlfriend. That's awesome. Good to see you, Eric. Thank you for joining. Even though you probably can't listen because you're talking to a girlfriend. Now I feel all dejected. Anyway, guys. I don't know what we're going to talk about necessarily or how long this live is going to be. It depends on who shows up and what you guys feel like talking about, how lively you guys are in the chat. By all means, hit that like button. We have 17 people here with 11 likes, so please do hit that like button. And yeah, let's see what today brings us as far as discussion topics. I have recently cleaned up the library and reorganized a few more books, so I still got to kind of work on this bottom shelf of the Star Trek bookcase. I think I need to move a few things around, but hey, other than that, the library is nice and clean, so that's pretty awesome. Donnie's wishing Andrew a happy autumn. Man, that's gotta suck. Eric Martin, $2, have a drink. Thank you, Eric. By the way, Eric, the candy was really appreciated as well. Sylvia likes the pull and peel things. I'm not a huge fan of those. And she also likes the Swedish berries, which I also love, but I gave her those instead. And then I took the cherry Twizzler bites, which just taste like nibs, which I'm not a huge fan of, honestly, even though I love cherry. But thank you. And the wine gums, those were excellent. I had those last night, so really appreciate that. Thanks for dropping that off. Yes, I'll have you over soon, don't worry. But I want to have a day where I'm also able to show you both the library here without Sylvia having to work and whatever. So don't worry, it'll happen, my friend. Had trouble super chatting with Dorito Fingers. Ah, Dorito Fingers, the scourge of all mankind. Kia ora, dude. Is that like aloha? Kia ora. What does that mean exactly? Let me know, Andrew. Really would like to know. That's awesome. But yeah, don't worry, the pug is here, but she's on the floor for some reason. She wants to sleep on the floor today, apparently, instead of the chair. So don't worry, the pug is here. But yeah, what would you guys like to discuss? Any topics that you'd like me to talk on? I was going to do a rant video about the huge pet peeve with people crossing in front of the car, not just being inconsiderate dicks. Just because you're a pedestrian doesn't mean you have the right to just walk out whenever you feel like it. Especially when there's no cars behind somebody and they're like right on you. Just wait for them to drive by and then cross over to the parking lot. Like seriously, don't step out in front of cars or make a car stop when there's nobody behind them so you could literally wait 2 seconds. Oy. Maybe I'm just old and curmudgeon-y. There's no maybe, I am, but maybe it shouldn't bother me as much as it does. Andrew says, hello, but literally means good health, and good health, good life. Oh, very cool. It's kind of like live long and prosper. The Stanleys, any TV shows, movies you're looking forward to, non-Star Trek? Quite a few, actually. May 27th is a Friday, and that's when Top Gun Maverick comes out. So May 27th. May 28th is my birthday, so that's this Saturday. So definitely going to see that on opening day, opening night. I'm a huge fan of Top Gun, and I've been waiting for this movie for my whole life, practically, but especially the last 2 years, when it was supposed to be released 2 years ago. So that for sure. We still haven't seen the new Dune movie, Sylvie and myself, but we're going to watch that, I believe, tonight, because it is available on Crave now. So we're probably going to watch that. I don't know, throw out some movies or TV shows that you guys are excited for, and I'll let you know. Halo, I'm excited for the new Halo show. Never really played the games, but still really interested in watching that, because it should be fun. So, oh, and by the way, I finished watching Firefly, for the record. Really enjoyed the last episode. It's not as good as everybody says it is. The characters do take time to kind of get their footing, which is fine. All shows do, and it's a shame it only got one season. But I finished watching Firefly the other night. I still haven't watched Serenity yet. I'm going to watch that probably tonight, actually, after Sylvia goes to bed. But it's not as good as everybody says. And the Serenity herself is... I don't know why people have such a love for Serenity. It's an ugly ship, inside and out, and it doesn't really do anything impressive ever. So there's that. I don't know. That probably set some people off. Is Patrick Stewart aging badly, or is he just acting? He's 81. I think he's aging badly. I really do. Victor says, are you going to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi? Hell yeah. That's also in May. And Strange New Worlds, of course. And June is Orville, so there's a lot to be excited for. Eric Martin, Patrick needs to go back and visit the Baku from Insurrection and take some years off the meter. I'd like to go with him. I would too. I've been really feeling my age this last week. I was standing in front of the mirror the other night, and just with the lighting in there, I realized all my hair is gray. It doesn't look like it, but it's all gray. Not cool. And I've been watching some stuff about the universe and discussions on what happens after we die and stuff, and it's just kind of like, it's sad to think that you just might die and not be here anymore, you know? I choose to not think that, but it's hard. And I'm not old, I'm only 47, but I say that and it's like, shit, you're 47, dude, you're almost 50. So, I don't know, maybe a bit of a midlife crisis going on, but I have the Camaro to quell that, which I should have picked up today, but it's a little bit chilly, so. Disassociated Women Incorporated. Thoroughly original question. Who would win in a fight, Kirk or Picard? The answer is Cisco. In a fist fight, Kirk. In a speech kind of capacity, definitely Picard. Daniel Vance. I feel bad hearing him labor to simply get his lines out. Yeah, I know. And it's funny because he went so many years without aging. There was all those memes like, this is Patrick Stewart a vampire, because they show him like in TNG and then a few years ago and he looked the same, but it's a very quick decline apparently for a lot of guys. And I think that's sad, and I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm kind of upset about my mortality lately. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions says, what up, motherfucker? You wanting to see Doctor Strange 2? Or I'm wanting to see Doctor Strange 2 mainly. Serenity is the ugliest ship in existence. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but it definitely looks like a horse from many different angles. I know it's a Firefly, I get it. The shuttles have little wings and stuff, but it does look like a horse. The show is very Western themed, a little too much. As much as I say that, The Mandalorian was as well, but The Mandalorian pulled it off better, I think. Firefly, though, she's just, or Serenity, she looks like a horse from a lot of angles when she lands. But hey, what do I know? Cameron Murphy, what do you think of the spore drive being used in Discovery Season 4 Homecoming? To me, I like it because it shows that the ship slits into 3 as it jumps. When it did the spin to break out of the sphere, it's a cool effect for sure. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but it's good visual. Andrew Dent, suggestions for chat. How high and the new episode of the Orville look? Was very impressed with the production values. I haven't seen anything new. I saw a clip a little while ago, and it looks really good. It does look. Each episode is going to be like a movie essentially, because it's almost movie length each one. So I think season 3 is going to be fantastic. Is it the last season of Orville? I don't know. That's the rumor, but in Torsus Volo, just wanted to say that JJ Treks are the best to see how you react. They're the best for a popcorn movie going to in the summer with your girl who nobody watches Star Trek, but you like an action flick. Yeah, they're the best. But and other than that, as far as Star Trek goes, I'm not going to comment. St. John's Cathedral Church Parish. I'm not much of a Star Wars fan. Obi-Wan moron. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions. Beyond is badass. Into Darkness and 2009 aren't as good. 2009 I saw quite a few times in the theater because I really wanted to like it, and I really enjoyed it the first time I watched it. But each time I watched it subsequently, I was like, it got sadder and sadder. Into Darkness is a fucking great movie. It's a great action movie, but it's not a good Star Trek movie, if that makes sense. And Beyond definitely recaptured that TOS feel and love. So absolutely, Beyond is the best of all three of them. But not going to say that 2009 was bad, because it's not. It just has a lot of problems. Let's put it that way. Kit 10K is here. Oh, hey, how's it going? $10. Speaking of Patrick Stewart, you should watch when he was on the Graham Norton show with Hugh Jackman. He was friggin' hilarious when he was on. I did watch that, but thank you, Kit. Much appreciated. Christian says, I'll be 47 next week, so I feel your pain. I didn't feel old until literally last week. It's weird. I hope it doesn't change my perspective on things, but JB, I experienced those fill-ins 5 years ago, and I realized I was 27 and still had no career going. Ooh, that sucks. Hopefully you feel better now, though. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions. I prefer the Colonial Battlestars to Serenity. Oh, yeah. It's a far better design for a starship. Oh, also, the exterior dimensions and the interior dimensions of Serenity don't match up, in my mind, anyway. So I don't know how anybody else feels about that, but... Eric Martin, you just need some drinks and laughs around a fire pit, and you'll feel better, Cap. Amen, and you'll be here for that, because I will have you over for that for sure. Christian Montgomery, suggestion for a live. What episodes to watch, rewatch, leading up to Strange New Worlds? Well, definitely The Cage. Definitely the Menagerie. If you mean Discovery ones, I wouldn't even tell you I wouldn't even know what to suggest. I would just say watch season 2 of Discovery if that's what you're interested in for those Pike ones. So, dude, nice glass. Thanks. It's one of this one, and there's also the white, the different Trekyards logo. Sylvia had them made up for me. So cheers for that. Thank you. Darth Maul, for me, Picard has gotten better, but episode 3 seems to have some Trekkies saying that it's sliding back to its old ways. I just don't see it. There are moments of weakness, but it's not falling apart. Totally agree, Darth. I thought episode 3 was fantastic. The least good of all the 3 new episodes for this season, but that doesn't by any means say that it's a bad episode of Trek. It's a fantastic episode. The pacing is phenomenally awesome in that. So those ones that I just don't want to like new Trek. This one it's not as good. It's falling back into its old ways. That's just those whiny little bitches on the internet. So I would say just ignore them. I could probably guess a few of the people that have said that as well. But I really don't give a fuck. St. John's Church Parish turns 21 this month on March 2nd. Or turned 31. Well, happy belated birthday. You're not old, don't worry. Trek or not. Hey, Cap. Hey, man, how's it going? Eric Martin, $5. Finally got off the phone. Is that the Pina Colada? Yes, it is. I already said that. Did you miss that at the beginning? I'm like drinking the Pina Colada Baileys that Eric brought me. And I already commented on its flavor. And then I sung a stupid song. If you like Bailey's Colada and getting caught in the rain, you like making love at midnight. I'll shut up now. Victor says, I'm sad the new Stargazer wasn't used more. It'll be used again, don't worry. You still have all of season 3. You still have the last bit of season 2. Don't worry, you'll see it. They didn't build all those sets for no reason, trust me. Intorsus Volo. Good to see Serenity right after Firefly because I waited many years not thinking about it and was kind of lost. Trek or not, Starship Trooper ships are cool. Are they though? It's like I say on Fleet Yards, a lot of these Earth ships from games, they're a fucking gray brick with antenna on it and big engines. They all look alike. They're okay. Kit 10K throws in $10. Thank you so much, Kit. I'm 41 myself, but when my oldest nephew told me he's going to college, I felt old, and he graduated 3 years ago, so that didn't help either. I think that's bad. My oldest daughter, Selena, has 4 kids. So I'm 4 times over a grandfather at 47. Call me Grandpa Foley, everybody. Defiant. Mr. Raven Productions says, I spent most of last night watching Jeremy Brett's stuff. Was also working on my 28th century Trek fan film idea. Very cool. And Jeremy Brett is fantastic. Thank you for taking me that interview. I had seen that one years ago, but it was good to rewatch. Jeremy Brett is the definitive Holmes. And I love how he said, I was terrified. I didn't think I could do the part. And he also said in the interview, he still doesn't feel like he has nailed the character. And I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? But yeah, Jeremy Brett for the win. Donnie Pearson, I find Beyond more kick butt than 2009 reboot and Into Darkness combined. Yet the scores are what I love the best about all generations of Star Trek, to be honest. And don't get me wrong, the music in 2009 is phenomenal. I love the 2009 soundtrack. That new Star Trek kind of dun 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 like theme was amazing. And I love that it carries over to the other movies. So hands down, I think the soundtrack for 2009 is one of the biggest selling points for me. So absolutely agree, Donnie. Tom Casey throws in $10. Stopping by to show my support. Can't stay, have a drink on me, been busy. Well, thank you, Tom. Much appreciated. Cheers to you, my friend. St. John's Cathedral Church Parish. Try red wine. Oh, I've had red wine on here before. I love red wine. I'm a huge fan. I like pasta, so I love red wine with pasta. I love red wine with a steak, or just even sipping on red wine at night. So, Northern Dawn, is season 4 of Discovery worth a watch? I don't want to answer that because as an entire piece, as a story, sure. To actually watch it and have a few episodes be way too razor thin plot-wise just to stretch out the 13 episodes, not really. I always say give it a watch. You need to watch it so you can be informed, so you know what you're talking about, whether you like it or not. But I'm not going to say it's worth a watch necessarily. It's up to you. If you watch season 3, then watch season 4. So that's kind of my thought. The Stanleys, I didn't think the Serenity is meant to be beautiful. It's a ship that does a job, and I love the crew has for it is similar to Han and the Falcon. Yeah, but the Falcon's a cool looking ship. I know it's a hunk of junk as well. And I know it's not designed to be pretty. That's not the point. I either like a starship design or I don't. I've never liked the Serenity, and now having watched the entire show, I don't get the people's love for it. I get Kaylee's love for it and her attachment to it, and that makes me not want to badmouth it because she loves it so much. And Kaylee's just a sweetheart, but it's fucking ugly, man. Sometimes the starship design will grow on me. I don't know. We'll see. Victor says, that's a good point. What's a good point? I missed it. I'm behind in the chat again, so you're going to have to remind me, Victor. Kit 10K, also, the file I've been working on my final render of the 3D printed USS Raptor is nearly done, but my wallet is going to keel over when I go to buy it. Oh, man. Well, take it easy on your wallet, then. Defiant Miss Raven Productions. It's been a slow season that instantly gets intense at the end. Yeah, the last 2 episodes. I'd say watch the first 5 episodes and the last 2 episodes and you'll be fine. Darth Keith, I want more Sovereign class, please. Yes, I'm sure we'll get those as well, don't worry. Eric Martin, just ignore age. Indiana Jones said it best. It's not the years, it's the mileage. Sorry, I couldn't listen earlier, Cap, as she gets upset if she thinks I'm not listening. You know how it is. Well, yeah. Kit 10K says, you're a grandfather? Fuck me sideways. Well, I don't want to fuck you sideways, but yeah. Chris Little, 5 pounds. Do you ever feel like the universe in newer Trek feels small or something? I just can't put my finger on why it feels that way. Picard season 2 is great though. Yeah, it does absolutely feel like the universe is a lot smaller. I like how you put that. It absolutely does, especially 900 years in the future. It should be more advanced, more... There should be like ambitions of exploring literally the unknown, because they move beyond their system or their space or whatever. But it's just like, yeah, well, yeah, I totally get what you're saying with that. Absolutely. Oh, and cheers. Thank you so much. Trek or not? Why were the lower decks afraid of deck 7? Because deck 788. 789. Kid 10K says, you're a grandfather, fuck me sideways. I don't even have one kid of my own yet. Well, unless you count my dog, Jack, and my cat, Allie. Well, there you go. Tim McCaffrey. So, in Into Darkness, they can beam people to Kronos, from Kronos to Earth, but 900 years later, they haven't learned the ability to beam people to other planets. Knock on JJ, not Disco. Yep, and let's go from Earth to Kronos on a ship in a day. No, it would take about 2 weeks, even at like high warp. It just, yeah, the JJ verse feels super small for that reason. And the beaming thing was just stupid. It was just, I called that out as stupid right away. But yeah, there's no sense of distance or scale in JJ either. Trek or Not says, we demand the Trekyards cut of Disco Season 4. Hey, that'd be kind of fun. And Samuel has thought about doing it. It would be a lot shorter. Probably 6 episodes. It's all you need. That could have been like a 4-episode story arc, the DMA thing. It didn't have to be 13 episodes. St. John's Cathedral says, I'm working on my own production, Star Trek Deep Space Nine Beyond on YouTube. Ooh, that's cool. We'll have to check that out. Steve Lynn, I agree about the JJ film soundtrack. Trek or Not says, anyone remember the Wing Commander movie? LOL. I never actually watched that, and I might someday, but meh. What you said about the Stargazer set. Oh yeah, don't worry. There's a lot more Stargazer coming, guys. Just chill. Sit down, relax. You'll see Stargazer again. So, apparently Season 3 is where it's at anyway. We've been told by inside sources that Trekyards is going to love Season 3 because Season 3 has a lot of starship and starbase porn. So, Season 3 is going to be where it's at. Wing Commander, is that the one with Jessica Biel? I don't know if Jessica Biel's in it. I'm not sure who's in the Stargate or the Wing Commander movie. Hey, Jason. General Grievous says, if we call you Captain Grandpappy Foley, will you airlock us? There's a very high possibility or probability of that, yes. It's the one with Freddie Prinze Jr. St. John's Cathedral says, it's on my sister channel. What's your sister channel called so that people can go watch? Darth Maul, Kronos and Earth as close as Metropolis and Gotham in the Snyderverse, barely an inconvenience. Yeah. Yeah. JB, do you think that the new length of seasons for Star Trek and this style of storytelling is just a problem with the writers on Discovery, or do you think that it might have more to do with the corporate mandate? It's just a new form of storytelling for streaming services to have a serialized season that's like 13 episodes. You can do it well. Many shows have proven that you can do it well. The writers are just crap on Discovery. That's the thinking. Plus, Star Trek doesn't lend itself to long-form storytelling. In the movies, there's always a big baddie. There's always a big, ooh, you know, we got to stop them. It's important. It doesn't fit the Star Trek format. It should be episodic. It should be about exploring. You should end with a nice laugh on the bridge and a nice shot of the ship flying away. And next week be starting a new adventure like a few days or a week later in their timeline. It doesn't work for long-term storytelling or long-form storytelling, I mean. So Star Trek's just not designed for that. So that's just the way it is. Suck it up. Let's see. Chris Little, cut of Discovery. So, Trekyards cut of Discovery. So they ride Eagles to Mordor to drop the DMA in. No. JB says, AKA, do you think CBS just doesn't want to pay money to make 20 to 25 episodes per season? No, that's not how shows are made these days. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions says, Puggins, Admiral Puggins. Yes, she's now sleeping on the chair. Darth Maul, CBS pays more per episode, the traditional 24 episode season. Yes. Fleetpass said, well, shit, didn't know you were live, Stuart. Sorry, although it's okay, I've already taken care of Discovery is not canon guy at least once. BJ Vincent, hello Cap. At 55 years old, having had 5 back surgeries. I feel old. Sorry to hear about the back surgeries, but yeah, luckily I've been super good with health and stuff, so knock on wood. Robert Hartley puts in $10 and says, greeting, Cap. Greetings. My YouTube thing's acting up again because my super chats haven't moved. It says 40 viewers and 24 likes. Hit that like button, guys. I know I probably have more than 40 viewers and more than 24 likes, but I can't see it on here. And when I end this live, chances are it's going to say live for about an hour after the fact, because that's what happened last time. It wouldn't end the live. I don't know if it's a problem that YouTube, the app needs to be updated or what's going on, but YouTube has been bit of a bitch lately. But anyway, puts in $10, says greetings, Captain. So thank you very much, Robert. Much appreciated. I know I already had a drink for it, but I'll have another one because this stuff's pretty good. Affable Larry. Even though Red Letter Media loves to shit on current Trek and Picard, I love listening to them. I've never found it unnecessary hate. I have mixed opinions about Red Letter Media's take on Star Trek. Yes, they're knowledgeable about it, but they're not knowledgeable to the point where they care. They'll say stupid shit and be like, yeah, I think that's right. And it's like, it's not. Sorry. But that's okay. Not everybody can be as knowledgeable and not really care about it as much. Their take on Discovery in Season 1 of Picard was pretty spot on. Their take on Picard Season 2 is a turnaround. Like, they both like, all right, this is worth watching. We're going to watch this because I was going to give up on it. Never give up on Star Trek. Always watch Star Trek. Even the bad Star Trek has some good in it. So always watch every Star Trek. That's one thing that pisses me off right out the gate. Don't have a show on that you're not watching because you don't like it. Well, suck it up. There's other shit you can watch. There's other Star Trek you can like. Your old Star Trek isn't going anywhere. It's worth looking at the new stuff. So when you talk about it, you're educated enough about it because you've watched it. So, but the fact that they're willing to talk about Picard Season 2, awesome. Some of the things they said about the first episode really bugged me. I can't remember any specifics right now, but I remember watching it going, oh, I'm glad Rich and Rich and Jay are excited to watch it. Cool. And then they said stupid shit, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes, guys. And it's shit they just get wrong or they don't understand. And it's just frustrating. Like, it takes you a Google search to figure some of this stuff out, and they just don't do it. Which is kind of, well, let's be honest, it's kind of annoying. So, Kit 10K, JJ had no understanding of Star Trek. The problem is he never saw a single episode or movie of Star Trek, and that's why he ended up making it more like Star Wars. His Star Trek was bad. It's just not Star Trek. Yep. Michael Williams, can have long format, but needs to be like DS9 with many differing story arcs going on. Yes, absolutely. But that's not, you don't need to be paying attention to every episode to enjoy DS9. Every episode still feels episodic to a point. Yeah. But that's how you tell good storytelling, like Game of Thrones or other shows like that. You have multiple story arcs going on, and that's fine. That's long form, but each episode should break it up and enjoy different moments and not be fucking rock hard focused on one thing to the point where, oh, in this episode they go to the washroom and they get a drink from the replicator. That's all for the episode, guys, because we gotta move the story along any way we can. Did they choose ice? Yes, they did. It took them 10 minutes to decide whether it was cubed or shaved ice, but they did it. That's kind of how some of the episodes of season 4 felt. It's like, we got to go pick up these star maps and this isolinium. Okay, well, let's make a whole fucking episode about it. Why? You didn't have to. It could have been 10 minutes. Could have been 10 minutes in an otherwise great episode. It could have been the B plot or the C plot. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Fleet Pod, cold, rainy day equals a good day for a live in the library. Well, it's beautiful, sunny here. It's a little bit chilly outside, but it's nice and sunny anyway, so it was raining here yesterday. Hello, Mark, how's it going? Darth Keith says DS9 had at least standalone episodes. Yes, that's the key. I wouldn't mind the DMA thing stretching 13 episodes, but don't have an episode where they go get fucking isolinium. Who gives a shit? Have that be another episode of the crew doing something, and Michael Burnham and Owa go in to get isolinium as a B plot. Not have it focus on the whole fucking thing. Like, didn't need it. It was boring. Sorry, guys. You missed the mark on that one. Fleet Pod, I'll keep my eye for him. His nonsense will be destroyed on sight. Colin says, currently watching while doing volunteer work. Well, thank you, Colin. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your volunteer work. I'm sure it's helping somebody out, and that's awesome. Darth Maul, I don't know how or what Discovery Season 5 will be about, but I have no idea how it got it. Michael Williams, your 46 watch, 45 like. Yeah, see, the YouTube thing's broken again. Shit. 10K, yeah, YouTube is really screwing up. I'm only seeing 14 likes on the video. Really? Wow. Chris Little says, if you had to pick any Starfleet officer to put on a ship as captain and have their own show, who would you go for? That's a very fucking broad question, and I don't know where to start with that. Pick a show. Pick the Voyager or DS9, and then I'll answer it. But it hurts my brain to think about. Let's just move on. So, watch before judgment. Yes, Alan Rose, just pretend it is an alternate timeline and watch. Yep, the Discoverse is its own thing, and it's like, okay, that's fine. It's the way I can at least kind of enjoy it. St. John's Cathedral says, I even brought back USS Defiant. It's take my Deep Space Nine Beyond take place after Captain Sisko's death. Oh, it takes place after Sisko's death. Gotcha. JB, you have a good point about watching the kind of Trek you want to see. I think when the next season of Discovery starts to air, I'm going to vote with my viewership and not watch. reviews to see whether it's even worth it. A lot of times I enjoy it, so that's cool too. But yeah, you don't have to support them. You don't have to pay for your watch at all. I get it, but at least give it a watch at some point when it's freely available, you know? Fleetpaw, agreed, you should always watch a show before passing judgment, unless it's keeping up with the Kardashians. Then you can judge it without not watching it. Yes, because I haven't watched one episode of the shit, so. Kyrian Spores, I'm glad Picard Season 2 has been good. It's the only new show I can watch in the UK. I know the plots of the others, though. Trekyards. Cool. Christopher Beatty, honestly, having 2 shows appear on the same day was getting exhausting. You're preaching to the choir, my friend. But yes. Sean O'Sullivan, we need to go back to basics for screenwriting. Darmok and Colada Tanagra. Fleetpaw, I agree, Christopher Beatty. I wish they had kept Picard back until Disco was done, but yeah. Don't blow your load too soon, guys. Stretch it out if you can. You know what I mean? Like, anyway. Kid 10K, damn it. When I just said JJ's Star Trek was bad, I meant it wasn't bad, just not Star Trek. It's okay, but just not the best. It's okay for a fun sci-fi action-adventure romp. But you put Star Trek on it, it's like, it's held to a different level of quality at that point. And it gets scrutinized a little more. And then the people that care about Star Trek say, that's not good at all, man. You done fucked up. But if you hadn't put Star Trek on it, they'd be like, that's fucking great. So, yeah. Mark says 10 minutes to decide if cubed or shaved ice. I know people that would take that long to decide. Speaking of, I have cubed ice. Darth Maul said, and the story-stopping therapy sessions are maddening. Yeah. Trek or not. Well, see, before I get to Trek or not, Discovery feels more like, somebody had said this earlier, it feels more like a soap opera, and they're absolutely right. It's a fucking soap opera. It's about relationships. It's about shit that I don't care about in my Star Trek. You can do that when you have long-form storytelling because you've got to fill time. So they're going to have, fuck off. I want to see this main story. You can still focus on characters as B plots or C plots. Get their story out, have a little adventure about them, but have another fucking story that keeps me interested. Then I don't mind learning. That's what TNG did very well. They'd have a main plot, then they'd have a B plot about a certain character, Data discovering dating, right? That wasn't the main plot of the episode. There was other shit going on. So if you're not interested in one, you're interested in the other, and they each get the right amount of screen time. So yeah. Trek or not, why did they need the star map when they knew where it was and even mentioned nearby planet via Sora beforehand? They never progressed as a species. The species nearby is already identified. What the fuck did you just say? They needed the star maps, even though they kind of knew where it was coming from, because that was their excuse to go where Book was, to get who was getting the isolinium. She needed a reason as a Starfleet captain to go there. They didn't need the star maps. They needed the star maps. That's the reason that they were there. The Federation president even told her in that episode, handle this, find a way that, makes sense why you're going there, because it goes against basically your job as a Starfleet captain. That was why. To need star maps. They didn't need them. That's why. Eric Martin, I'm really enjoying Picard. It's been a while since I've watched something where I really look forward to the next episode rather than worrying. I hope they don't screw it up. Amen. Absolutely, that sums it up pretty well, Eric. Obi-Wan says, hi, Captain. I can't always catch the lives, but I love the shows. Have a drink on me. I bought the Star Trek TOS blueprints, and I love them. Keep going, man. Thank you, Obi-Wan. And which TOS blueprints? The Enterprise ones? Very cool blueprints, I gotta say. Hi, Dan. Fleetpaw says, Enterprise Season 4 did it best with arcs fitting into the season overall. I don't think Season 4 of Enterprise did it best. Season 1 and 2 of Enterprise were fantastic, with each episode mentioning kind of what came the week before or the week before that. Like, they were just newly out there, so they would reference something that just happened last week. Season 4 was very much like, here's 4 episodes about a thing. Here's 3 episodes about a thing. They were like self-contained things. There wasn't as much of the weaving in of the narrative, so I kind of disagree with you on that. But I see what you're trying to say. Renaway. Renee. I can't say your name wrong. Hey, Renee, how's it going? Stuart, read on a Sea of Glass on the Sinking of Titanic for 110th anniversary. That's a great book. I will read that. I do have a Titanic shelf. And I plan on doing like a Titanic live stream where I do the Titanic VR experience on the date of the sinking. So tune in for that, guys. Stephen Burnside, I think CBS cutting the rest of the world off from season 4 Discovery were really doing us all a favor. I am struggling to find the enthusiasm to seek out season 5 next time. Yeah. Chris Little, go for DS9 on my previous question about picking an officer to make captain for a new show. Well, Jadzia would be an obvious choice. So would Ezri. I mean, other than that, a show with O'Brien being the captain of a ship would be amazing, but I don't think that would happen. So those are my choices. Dan Ben, sometimes I don't want Star Trek and Star Wars to have a trailer on the same day. But, meh, at least you're getting some cool stuff. On the DVD cover for one of the JJ films, it says Best Action Movie at the bottom. Best Action Movie of the Summer would be more appropriate. But yeah. Colin Barrett, currently monitoring operations on the Poland-Ukrainian border, delivering 25 containers of aid, 6 ambulances for use in the Ukraine, and 5 coaches loading up with 200 refugees heading for Ireland. Well, thank you very much, Colin, for that. Hope stay safe out there, and I'm glad I can be a part of it somehow. I'm relieving your stress, I guess, and making you better at your job. I don't know, but thank you for everything you're doing. Fleetpaw says, me to Kurtzman. You done fucked up, Aaron. Aaron. Daryl says, looking forward to Strange New Worlds because the TOS are still the best. Victor says, O'Shag Hennessy. Victor Shep's best key and peel skit ever. Obi-Wan throws in $20. Oh my God, thank you, sir. That is awesome. Cheers to you, my friend. Trekyards cheers from the captain to you. Have a sit at my table and drink with the captain. Arr, 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 aye, arr. I don't know where that was going. He says, hi, Captain. I can't always see the live show. I love the channel. I bought the TOS construction class blue. I think you mean Constitution class blueprints. And I love them. 1970s release. Have a drink on me and I will drink too. Amen, Obi-Wan. Those are great blueprints. A friend of mine has 3 of them framed and on a burgundy wall, and they look fucking phenomenal. I want to do that, but I don't have a lot of wall space right now. So, hey, it is what it is. Trek or not, then the Admiral and President are fucking stupid to believe they need the maps. Inventing reasons to go off orders is a serious crime in the military, akin to going rogue. General Grievous, $2. I'm out for a run, watching, have a drink. Thank you, Grievous. Enjoy your run. It's nice weather, so I need to go out for walks again soon so I can get in shape. It's not going to happen. I'm pretty much a fat ass, but hey. The walks will commence again soon. Dan Ben, I didn't need all the 1, 2, 3 episodes in Enterprise Season 4. Neither did I. Some of them were not as good as others, let's put it that way. Eric Martin, have you seen the videos where the guy does a video cross-section tour of different Enterprises deck by deck? I have. I find them difficult to watch. While his modeling skills and the actual cutaways are fantastic, so are some of the facts, the way he talks, and he's got like a lisp, like he should have somebody else narrate that, would be much better. I find it very difficult to watch. I've actually skipped the last few. I just can't watch. And it's bad because I want to watch. I want to enjoy the content. I want to support the guy, but it's hard for me to watch, just with the way he speaks. Sure, English might not be his first language. I don't know if that's the case, but something about it makes it hard for me to watch. I do love the cutaways, though. I do love the facts that you find out, and I will eventually watch them, but I have to be in the mood for it, and I don't know if that makes me a bad person. Donnie Pearson, I may still be more hyped about Star Trek the Motion Picture, the 4K Director's Edition, to be honest, but I plan to give Strange and the next Kelvin Timeline movie a try. You have to watch them, in my opinion. I don't know how there can be new Star Trek and Star Trek fans are like, I'm not going to watch it. It's something I don't like. But it's Star Trek. It's something you do like. If you feel like they mistreated it, fine, but at least watch it. Like, I don't understand that. I have to watch everything Star Trek. It's just in my nature. So, Fleetpaw throws in $5. Thank you so much, Fleetpaw. And he says, you need to read the prior post to get where I was saying about Enterprise Season 4. DS9 did the long form the best, in my opinion. Oh, okay. I do agree. Eric Epperling, why is CBS cutting down the rest of the world? I don't know. I don't know how to think like a corporation like CBS. Christopher Beatty, though, throws in $10, so thank you so much. As someone who is currently 60, be proud of the gray, unless you have to dye your hair the gray. To gray, like my father once had to, was gray, dirty blonde. I've always been a dirty blonde. When I was a kid, it was quite bright blonde to the point where I was nicknamed the Golden Goose because it was like a yellow. But I was out in the sun all the time. I was always swimming in my parents' pool, so it had the chlorine and the sunlight really made it like bright blonde. Then I got dirty blonde, and every time anybody made an avatar of me, they made my hair brown for some reason. My hair's never fucking been brown, ever. And then I got this really noticeable gray streak right here, which I really like. I like the definition. There's also a gray streak in my beard right there. Shit like that. Looks distinguished, looks cool, but when it all starts going gray, it's like, oh, shit. But yeah, I'm not going to dye my hair, don't worry. Actually, it's funny you said that, because right before this live, I was talking with Sylvia downstairs, telling her about my gray, and she's like, well, you know, I offered to dye your hair if you wanted. We were kind of joking around about it, and I said, ooh, maybe you should do it like Archer in A Mirror Darkly. Like, do it like a dark brown or something, and dye this too, and like, just be evil Foley for like a couple weeks till it grows out, because my hair grows pretty quick. And she's like, hey, I'll do it for you. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. No, I don't feel like doing it. But no, I don't want to dye my hair. I am proud of the gray for sure, but I like the gray distinguished streaks as opposed to fucking gray, you know? Hey. Fleetpaw says, what is that you're drinking? Foley looks like milk, but I know better. It is Bailey's Colada. Limited edition Irish cream. So it tastes like a pina colada, but in Bailey's form. So that's what it is. And that you missed this song too that I started out with. If you like Bailey's Colada and getting caught in the rain. If you like making love at midnight and you don't have a brain. I don't know, fucking. But yeah, that's what it is. Dan Ben, when two franchises release a trailer on the same day, it just means I get more YouTubers and people on social media posting about it, and it can be a lot to talk about. Amen. I totally get that. I understand that 100%. Eric says, remember the TNG Enterprise blueprints? They came in a box. Yes, I got them right there. I have two sets of them, actually. One of them is right there. Where's the other one? I think it might be downstairs. But yeah, they're fucking great. Well, the TOS ones come in either an envelope or like a little vinyl pouch as well. Like I have the vinyl pouch ones and I have the envelopes ones of the TOS ones. But yeah. Oh, that's where my other ones are. They're in the ready room. That's where all my blueprints and stuff are. So. Christopher says, gray and proud, except for the small patch of red still on my goatee. Captain Casey Stewart. Captain, do they have a good blueprint for the Constitution refit? Yes, they do. They have the 25th anniversary Enterprise A ones, which also come in a vinyl pouch. I have those as well in the other room, and they're really nice. Kit 10K throws in $20. Oh my god, Kit, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Although, on my, because my thing's frozen, it says I have $14 in super chats so far, which is totally not right. Still says 40 people and still says 24 likes. So, if this live says live after I end it, I apologize. It'll shut down eventually. Anyway, Kit says, speaking of the Titanic, I have a book called Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic, written by Mark Churnside. And it is one of my favorite Titanic books. I've read it cover to cover each time. Cheers. Yeah, I've kind of got away from Titanic stuff. I tend to go in waves. Like, I'll be like really interested in Sherlock Holmes for a few months, and then I'll not think about Holmes or look at anything for like a year. And I'll get really interested in Titanic for like a week or two, and then I'll fall off again. My whole life's been like that. So I have a lot of interests, but I'm not up to speed on all of them as far as remembering facts. But it always comes back around that I get into it. The only thing that has been constant has been Star Trek. Dan Ben, Wikipedia, the Star Trek wiki, starting a YouTube channel and post videos on stuff. I don't watch them much because of the guy's voice is hard to understand or too quiet. Yeah, that's always a problem. Daryl says, unfortunately, I have to disagree with you about the JJ track and the Kelvin timeline. I find it to be an abomination to the Trek universe. I don't like JJ track, so why are you disagreeing with me? It's its own thing. It's a adventure movie for the general public that has the name Star Trek slapped on it, is what I said. I don't think it's good Star Trek at all. It's a fun action movie. If you can turn your brain off and not think about it, Into Darkness is a fucking fun ride. It's not good Star Trek, but it's a good ride. So I don't know where you're coming from, Daryl. I don't like JJ. I don't like the JJ verse at all. So, Kit 10K, you're about people making your brown. Here's an example. Yep. That's one of the avatars. Brown fucking hair. I don't get it. Doesn't look brown. It never looks brown. But whatever. Fleet Paw says, I like the gray streak. Makes you look distinguished and wise. You can always do it like that one MASH episode where they dyed everything red, including the hair and mustache. No. Dan Ben, yeah, we have Bailey's products in England also. Obi-Wan throws in another $10, so thank you so much, Obi-Wan. And says, I have gone to the Titanic Museum in USA, Missouri. They got all kinds of things from the sinking, including life jackets. Had to see, but cool. When Sylvie and myself went to Vegas in 2013, where we got married, and also went to the Star Trek convention, we were staying at the Luxor Hotel, and they had the Titanic experience. That was amazing. You get to walk through, you get to see things they brought up from the wreck, you get to hear the stories, you get to hear the audio of what happened that night, you get to be on the deck of the ship and look out at the iceberg and stuff, you get to see a section of the hull they brought up. And a complete recreation of the grand staircase. The Titanic experience is awesome. So, yeah, I haven't been to a museum. There's one in Nova Scotia, but I haven't been to that one. So, Dan Ben, there's a Pina Colada festival happening in England at some point, and the guy who sings that song, he just wants to go to it. General Grievous, are you planning to review the Kenobi series like Book of Boba Fett? Hell yeah. Kenobi. 54 watching and 66 likes. Dan Ben, I have a big poster of a spaceship Titanic from Doctor Who. Cool. Heavy Cap says, 100% agree. But about what? I'm a little behind in the chat, so when you say you agree a lot of times, it's like 5 minutes later I get there and I don't remember what I was talking about. Dustin D, what do you think of Earth simply rejoining the Federation and Starfleet without needing former negotiations? I don't think much of it because I don't know what to think. I'm not a negotiator. I don't know how that kind of thing works. I think it's fine. Fleet Pod says it was fine in my opinion. They could have had formal negotiations off screen. I'm sure they did. That's the other thing. Eric Martin, Roddenberry's philosophy was to build ships primarily for exploration, but if you explore deep space, you are going to contact species that aren't friendly. They have to be ready, or you're a target. Totally agree, Eric. And that's one thing that annoys me about Doug Drexler. Like, I love the guy, but every time we were like, so which ship do you think would win in a fight? The NX-01 or this one, or whatever ship, whatever ship? He's like, why do they have to fight? Why do they even need weapons? That's not what Star Trek is about. It's about exploring. And I'm like, yes, but you got to be careful. You're going to get a bloody nose. You need to have a little bit of a bigger stick than the other guy, and you're going to run into people that aren't going to be happy. So honestly, who do you think would win in a fight between the ship and this ship? Who's to say they would even fight? He said. He won't commit to anything, and he keeps throwing the why would they even need to fight in your face? It's like, because that's how it happens a lot of the time. You don't have a fucking choice. So I get it. I get it. But yeah, you need to have a bigger stick than the other guy sometimes. Sean O'Sullivan, whenever you get to Ireland, Belfast has a whole tour building. Belfast has both a museum to Anne's ship that sank, any ship that sank, and an airport named after an alcoholic. Okay. Get 10K. Also, with the Titanic book I mentioned, I've actually talked with the author, Mark Churnside. He's a nice guy, and it was great to talk to him. That's very cool. I'll have to check out that book, though. Dan says, YouTube video says that Titanic sank. YouTube videos that say the Titanic sank other than the iceberg. Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. Of course there is. Future Anime did a Titanic spaceship. Yes, they did. Eric Epperling, should the Borg Collective be allowed to join the Federation? Sure, why not? The Cynical Optimist, somewhat off topic, but Halo is out in 4 days, Captain. Are you planning to watch it, review it on the channel at all? Yeah, I'll probably watch them and do late night hangouts just discussing it with you guys because you guys will be interested, so yes. Mazarus says, thanks for covering the CSS World Raiser. I got super curious about the ship as soon as I heard it mentioned in Picard. Well, Mazarus, we're going to be talking to Sean Turanjo, one of the designers of the ship, to get his insights and background information on what was asked of him and how it all came together. So we'll be doing that soon, and then you'll be able to see that soon as well. So thank you for watching. Sarcasm Detector says, hello, Captain. I detect sarcasm. Do you really want to say hello to me? I'm not so sure. Chris Little, I grew up in Belfast and know a man in his 90s, World War I vet, who walked past Titanic every day while they were building it. That's cool. Dustin D, in any Star Trek area, why does it feel like the starships are spread very thin in most sectors without a major starbase or maintenance and shipbuilding yards? Because that's the case. Not so much in TNG, but in TOS, yeah, there were star bases and shipbuilding yards around the key Federation member planets, but they had to spread them out thin. There's a cost of materials and resources to build ships, so it's like the frontier, as they said, the Wild West. Basically, you're sending ships out without much backup, if any, with long communication times between them and home to make decisions. And it's just, I prefer that, honestly, to, I mean, TNG was good, but you know what I mean? Like, I kind of see what you're saying, but it has to be some realism. You can't have like 50,000 ships everywhere, then every ship has another ship within like an hour distance for backup. That's not good storytelling. And it's not realistic, especially in the early days of an organization. So that's why. Lego did a Titanic set. They did. It's very big, though. Titanic was a Romulan prank. Sean O'Sullivan, Belfast famous for building two things, Titanic and DeLorean, both famous failures. Good job, Belfast. Chris Little, also the captain's table from Titanic wasn't finished in time for the maiden voyage. It is in the harbor master's office. That's cool. Dan Ben, I saw an article about the Halo TV show and how the person making it didn't even look at the video games. There was a bit of consulting between the two. But I haven't really looked at the video games either, so. We'll see if it's a problem, though, with the fans out there. Colin says, the last paranormal investigation I did was on Spike Island, past the pier where the last passengers to board the Titanic departed. That's cool. Colin, see, I want to get in with you on that. I want to do a paranormal investigation of some sort. I think it'd be fun. War God 6 is beaming aboard. Welcome, sir. Fleetpaw says, Dex is a nice guy, but he's wrong. Weapons are a necessity, especially since not everyone in space is friendly. They should be used defensively, but should still be included. Yes, as Gene Roddenberry said. That's why they're not visible on TOS. And even in TNG, those phaser strips don't look like weapons necessarily. So not having big visible weapons sticking out of your ship is sign of exploration or peaceful intentions, right? So Jordan Shred, hey, I finally made it to these Sunday hangouts. Hey Jordan, good to see you. Dustin D, what do you think about the marathon and Halo and Destiny all sharing one universe, at least up to Halo 3? And I have no fucking clue what you're talking about because I haven't played any of them, so I don't know what you're talking about. That's my thought. General Grievous, Disco and Picard are confusing. Disco said the Borg were pretty much eradicated. Is Picard going to retcon it? It's so much inconsistency. No. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everything will make sense and be fine. The Stanleys, I think that's the lesson Q wants Picard to learn. Eric says, the galaxy is huge. No matter how many starships there is going to be spread sparsely apart. Yes. Turd says, hello, the feds have built star bases because space is really, really, really big. War God 6, enjoyed seeing the ship review yesterday. I enjoyed those videos. Those are what got me hooked on your channel. Algeron class. Hope to see more ship reviews. I love fan designs too. Makes your channel number one. Well, thank you, War God 6. Yes, that is kind of what this channel was built around. Unfortunately, we've got a new Trek on. We don't have time to film, edit, create the animations for, script, all that shit for those. So those will be for when there's no new Trek on, which right now is not anytime soon. Dustin D, question, who is the new watcher? Q, Guinan, Borg Queen, or an unknown alien? It's the fucking temporal agent from the Relativity. The same actor is in Picard as a cop. The coordinates that the Borg Queen say the Watcher is at, well, that gerardi stole from the Borg Queen, are actually close to the downtown courthouse near the immigration center. So I guarantee it's going to be an immigration agent. You got to think too that at this time, Sisko and Bashir and Jadzia are all back in the past at the same time, and now Picard is there. So there's two temporal incursions in this time. It makes sense that it's the temporal investigations guy. They've hired the same actor. If he's not the same character, I'm going to be thoroughly pissed off and annoyed, but it could be Guinan, it could be anybody. We don't know. But it better be the Relativity guy. That would make the most sense and be perfect, because they got the actor back to play a cop. Eric says, good point. Instead of ordering self-destruct, let the board speak. Join if you want to. Sean O'Sullivan, copy-paste fleet made canonical sense that there's a fleet ready for emergencies. No. Made no fucking sense at all. I'm just gonna move on. Sorry, Sean. Kieran Spoors, hope we see Relativity guy next episode, but I'm being careful that my dashed hopes don't take away from what could be a good episode of Picard. Yeah, that's the problem. You don't want to build your hopes up too hard to have them just dashed in front of you. So Eric says, does anyone know why the Borg Queen told Picard to look up? No one knows yet. Dan Ben, did you see the articles about Christopher Lloyd to star Mandalorian Season 3? I did. Very excited to see what role he'll play. Kit 10K, there's an autistic boy in Iceland who built a Lego Titanic to scale with the Lego figures. The Titanic is about 15 to 16 feet long and is in a museum over there. Yeah, I've seen that. It's fucking amazing. I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen videos on it. Do you like the use of music so far in Picard Season 2? Yes, the musical stings, like the Board Queen from First Contact and stuff, yes, absolutely do. I hate the opening music for Picard. The title sequence bothers me a lot. I just can't enjoy it. I also don't enjoy Discovery's fucking intro. And I hate with every episode of Discovery and Picard, last time on. Fuck off. I am well aware of what happened last time on because I watched them. Please stop fucking showing it again. I don't care. I just always skip it because I don't care. Sarcasm detector. I will indeed say hello. Do you feel like the galaxy feels smaller and emptier in Discovery, especially third and fourth season? Yes. Third season made sense because of the burn, but fourth season they should have done a lot more. Visiting planets, trying to reestablish the Federation, in my opinion. Pour myself some more. Almost out of ice, though. Eric says, did the Borg Queen know that Q was going to send Picard to the alternate timeline? No. Colin Barrett will definitely have to organize an investigation if you get to this point in the world. Currently working on something for YouTube. That'd be awesome. Colin, yes, I want to join you on I want to join a paranormal. It'll scare the shit out of me. It'll scare the shit out of me. I can't watch ghost investigation shows or paranormal shows at night by myself because I get terrified. During the day, during bright sunlight in the afternoon, I'll watch them all fucking afternoon. Love that shit. And I think I'd be fine if people were with me. Do not send me into anywhere alone. No rooms, no nothing, alone. In the dark. But yeah, I would love to join you for one. That'd be awesome. Dustin D. Does the CSS World Razor carry a standard crew of 6,000 military personnel and be classed as a military ship with military logs instead of a Stardate logs? Probably, yes. Kit 10K. What's your like count now? Mine says 76. Mine still says 24 because it's broken. Fucking YouTube app needs to be updated, I think. Turd Ferguson, when does Cisco say the Borg were eradicated? I don't think they do, honestly. They haven't said anything about the Borg. Everybody's like, what about the Borg? What about the Klingons? Klingons I want to know about. Borg I don't give a shit about, so. Christopher Beatty, good storytelling doesn't need previously at the start of every episode. Thank you. I agree. Braxton or Gary 7? Not Braxton. Braxton went crazy. It was his first officer that took over command. That guy, the first officer guy that worked with 7 in that one episode. And it's not going to be Gary 7. It's not going to be Gary 7. If it is, that's cool. That's a nice tie-in, but that'll take a lot of explanation for people, and I don't think they're going to do that. Could be Archer. No, it's not going to be Archer. Jordan Shred, speaking of big and spread out, have you seen E.C. Henry's video on just how spread out people would actually be on a Galaxy class based on floor area? Yes, I have. We talked about that in our Galaxy class 3-part episode. Most of those decks are empty. The lights are off. There's no power. They don't need them. There's a lot of empty, wasted space. Not empty, it's just rooms and labs and stuff, but they're off. They don't need them. They don't access them. Those are for if there's a scientific mission that they're doing, then they fire those up, have dignitaries on board, shit like that. So yes, I have seen it. William May says, Picard and his crew could probably run into Cisco in 2024. Set up the Bell riots. Yeah, they're not going to though, but it would be nice. I would love to see it. Chris Little, given the cold reception Cisco gave Picard after losing his wife at Wolf 359, imagine how pissed he'd be if we ran into Picard working as a Borg Queen in 2024. He would be a little pissed, yeah, but he got over that pretty quick with Picard. So Kieran Spores, the actor from Relativity, was on 12 Monkeys, which had been referenced several times by the showrunner. Laughable Larry, why hire the same actor as a cop if we're not going to play his previous role when he was a time cop? Doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't. Oh, there's just a delivery. It's fine. Precious, you're not going downstairs. No, it doesn't make any sense for them not to do that. But Star Trek is notorious for reusing actors as different characters. It's just a thing. Precious, go lay down. It's none of your concern. Dustin D. It would seem that John Archer could be Star Trek Time Lord. No, it doesn't. You mean Future Man? Yeah. Dan Ben, I saw a show video that was saying the relativity guy wouldn't exist in the Q change time. I don't care, Dan. Of course they're going to say that. And yeah, he could not exist. Who cares? The relativity doesn't exist in fucking any timeline, apparently, because they never come back and fix temporal incursions. If they tied it in and actually said, oh, this is a temporal incursion we need to rectify, yes, please fucking address it at least once. Don't establish time police and never fucking use them for all the temporal incursions that happen in Star Trek. So you can see a video all you want saying that he wouldn't exist. Doesn't matter to me. He probably exists in this one. So... Chris Little, what if the Watchers was... Oh, for fuck's sakes. It's just stupid. Darth Maul, maybe the Watcher is a Highlander type. Eric Martin, so Colin is on a ghost tour one night, and they are looking for the orbs in their cell phone cameras. Are those supposed to be dust or something? Yes. Little floating orbs are just condensed energy that they capture on film. Yes, it could be dust as well. I get it. Don't get me started on paranormal stuff. And if you don't believe it, I think you're an idiot. So, just for the record, everyone. All right. Fleetpaw says, I think he would, though, Dan Man. The relativity is a time ship, so it makes sense that it has shielding that protects it from changes in the timeline. Yes, exactly. They even stated as much. Sean O'Sullivan, you ever see the DS9 Lego build? The one 2 meters tall? Yes, I have. Christopher Beatty, eek. Didn't realize I was watching in delay mode. Most annoying. Oh, that sucks. Dan Ben, on Amazon Prime, it gives you the option to skip their previous thing on the beginning of each episode. Yes, it does. Dustin D, since when can any human use plug-in user input to steal Borg information from the Queen? Is Gerardi part android or human android hybrid? No, she's not, but she's a cyberneticist. She designs cybernetic systems. She knows what she's looking for when she goes in. That's what it is. They explain that as much, pretty much in that episode, so. General Grievous, the only person who gets a pass for saying last time on is Major... Yes. And now, the conclusion. But you never get that from Discovery. Last time on. I just fucking runs into the episode, and then 13 minutes later you get the opening credits. Like, the fuck is this shit? Figure it out, guys. It's not how you do things. You never get... And now, the conclusion. Because they never fucking conclude anything. Colin Barrett, the jury is out on the orbs, mostly just dust, trying to locate one that are moving in an intelligent way is tricky. Yes. What is Capt. Metten Q up to this time? Don't know. Colin Barrett, don't worry, we never send anyone anywhere by themselves unless they want to go alone. Well, that's just stupid. Relativity's XO was Lieutenant Duquesne. Yes, Duquesne, I can remember his name. Thank you. Could be Porthos. He was, after all, such a good boy. Dustin D. Could yesterday's Enterprise be part of the Star Trek CSS time breach universe that combines TNG timelines? I mean, it could be. Anything's possible. Maybe Enterprise has a lot of spare shuttles. Christopher Beatty says, my horrible thought for the Watcher. George. Oh. Why did you say that to me? Oh, I see why you'd say that too. Jesus, that never even occurred to me. Don't worry, they're not going to tie Picard in with Discovery. I know that for a fact. So, sarcasm detector. In Disco, they said that they hadn't had an encounter with Q in 600 years. Picard takes place 700 years before season 3 of Disco. So we should be expecting another century of Q shenanigans. Kit 10K throws in $10. Thank you so much, Kit. Cheers to you. I agree with having a recap on every episode. It's not needed. If a later episode has something to do with a past episode, like in Voyager, when they met the female caretaker, I'm okay with that. I'm not. Just fucking do the episode. People will figure it out. If they don't, fuck them. Who cares? If they can't explain it through dialogue and good writing in the episode, they don't need to have, by the way, guys, let me draw you a fucking picture. This is how this connects. No. That's not how writing works. Sorry. It's like me saying, look, there's Precious. Do you know what a dog is? Last time on the history of the world, wolves once existed. Some wandered close to human settlements. Humans fed those dogs. Those dogs came to rely on the humans and consider them friends, hence becoming domesticated. Now, the conclusion. The pug. This is my pug Precious. She's a dog. Do you know what a dog is? Oh, you don't know what a dog is. Well, you maybe better watch the last time on. Like, seriously. Dustin D. I wonder if Q had anything to do with yesterday's Enterprise timeline, but why would John Delancey's Q be playing with wrong in a time? No, he doesn't have anything to do with it. Kyrian Spores. What if Relativity dispatched their agent to 2024 to inevitable Cisco, but got trapped when Q changed? Yeah, exactly. That would be brilliant. Q didn't change the timeline, though. That's one thing you got to understand. I don't think Q changed it. I think it's changed elsewhere. Q can't do anything about it, so he needs help. That's why he called on Picard and his friends. That's what I'm saying. Dan Ben, I still agree with you on the time cup. Thank you. Eric Martin, I hope the Watchers aren't like the black suit and tie guys from Fringe. General Grievous, it could be the predestination paradox. They know there's a second incursion. He goes back in time to investigate and gets stuck with his future changes. Yes. I would love that. Absolutely. And he's got experience with Seven, so when Seven sees him, Raffi might not trust him, but Seven's like, nah, he's cool shit. You know, we work together a lot. Go figure. Eric says, I see some skulls in the background. Put them on podiums and put the Foley Galaxy of Skulls. Yeah, I do have a few. I got one downstairs as well. I would love to have those skulls. I would love to get those 3D printed. I want a Cardassian. Ferengi would be great. The Klingon for sure. Yeah, man, I want them. Jordan Shred, the Time Police in Star Trek is like the Time Variance Authority in Lokai. That was supposed to happen as plot hole filler. Dan Ben, just saying, I saw a video where people said he may not exist. I didn't say I agree with it. Yeah. People make videos about all kind of shit. General Grievous. It could also be Picard and the crew cause the incursion they go back to stop. Could be. Laughable Larry. Do you think if Earth and Navarre were destroyed in Discovery, they would have made an exception and reversed the ban on time travel to fix it? No. Turd Ferguson. I think they are setting Gerardi up to be as the first Borg Queen. Not the first Borg Queen, but a Borg Queen, yes. Dustin D. Could the Watcher be one of the very few Iconians who survived the... No, definitely not. Daniel says, all this lack of continuity in the canon universe sure makes me miss FASA. FASA. We all love FASA. Jordan Shred. I'll be honest, the opening theme of Prodigy started to grow on me. Caught myself humming in at that point. Prodigy's great. Prodigy's got a great theme. Picard, not so much. Dustin D. Why does the 10C look similar but more dragon? Bormike, I don't know. Turd Ferguson, I love the pug meme. Laughing my ass off. Yeah. Look, some humans. What could possibly go wrong? 10,000 years later. Dan Ben, that used to confuse me. Sometimes Stargate SG-1, they would previously on Stargate and show footage that isn't even from the it's from previously on in the season, in case you've forgotten. That I don't have as much of a problem with, but it's still like, pay the fuck attention. If you're watching a show, pay attention enough that you realize what the fuck is happening. And dialogue in the show should answer it. Not, remember this? I'll show it to you. It's burned into your mind now. You remember it now? No, we better go back and watch that episode. But here it is. Now we're going to continue. It's like, don't do that. Anyway. Kirk Novak, look, I'm going to pay money to see Cisco. Maybe even just superimposed in the background. Don't care. I agree. Absolutely. Love to see him just walking along with Bashir. Fleetpod, no, I hope this isn't what it is because it was such a terrible arc. But what if Picard is tying into Enterprise in the temporal Cold War? Fuck off. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to see that. Darth Maul says, is it possible Q is from the Confederation time? It's possible. He doesn't quite seem like Q, but somewhat doubtful. Turd Ferguson, wait, the actor who played Duquesne in Voyager is not showing but on Picard, and that's all fine and dandy. They're doing that to keep it from us. I don't give a shit if it shows it on IMDb or not. He was in one of the trailers sitting as a cop interrogating Picard. So, oops, spoilers. Somebody had mentioned last time too, well, it says on his webpage that he's just playing a cop. It's like, well, who cares? They mislead people all the time with that kind of thing, saying, I'm not playing this character, I'm playing this character, to keep the spoiler going. Sometimes they fuck it up, and they release the toys in Toys R Us a month before the movie. You get a spoiler with the toys. Sometimes they fuck it up, sometimes they don't. So I'm hoping that they haven't. The skulls in Picard made me sit up and say, the Ferengi have solid bone ears? Yeah, and? They're fucking alien species. They don't have to have cartilage in their ears. It's a pretty big structure to be only cartilage. And it could have cartilage on the bone. The bones weren't super thick. So where's the problem? It's an alien species. I don't understand that argument. Like, it's an alien species. They could have anything that forms their ear. Why is that a problem? The Cynical Optimist. I don't get that either, but he appeared in a trailer as a cop interrogating Picard. If it isn't Duquesne, then just what the hell? See, the fact that it's not on IMDb makes you think it is Duquesne, so that people don't put two and two together if they miss the fucking trailer. But anybody that's paying that much attention to it, that they're looking at IMDb to see if he's in it, they obviously fucking saw him in the trailer and know enough about Star Trek to put two and two together. So, what the fuck you doing, guys? Just put him in IMDb. James McGill, greetings all. Today I survived doing my first 15K marathon with my wife, sort of. Never will be the same again. Shit, man. Kudos to you. 3 things I hate in life. Running, the dentist, and math. That's it. That's my old saying. Anyway, so, yeah. I would never do a fucking marathon. William May, I like time travel stories when done right. Yes, so do I. They're some of my favorite. IMDb is like Wikipedia. It's edited by users. It's not, though. IMDb is not edited by users. You have to go in and physically change your IMDb. Trekyards has an IMDb. It hasn't been updated in fucking years. And you have to pay to have a photo of yourself put in. We haven't done that yet. So on our IMDb page, you see like a lot of episodes, a lot of guest stars, but no pictures of us. Our names are there, obviously, but it hasn't been updated in forever because you have to manually go in and do it yourself. Not anybody can update it like Wikipedia. That's not how IMDb works. Usually it's people's agencies or managers that go in and update their IMDb. So, Fleetpie, you are wrong there. Because we have an IMDb that we haven't worked on forever. Eric Martin, Cap might be time to close the blinds there. I mean, yeah, the sun will still be up for a little while, I guess, but they are closed. They're just not closed all the way. Didn't want to have to deal with it, but if you're going to complain about it, I'll close them. Is that better? Are you happy now? Kyrian Spores, IMDb isn't always reliable. It does have Brent Spiner for the next 4 episodes. Eric Epperling, Vulcan Mind Meld, remember previously. And Kyrian Spores, that's because he's going to be in the next 4 episodes. So, why is that wrong? Dan Ben, do you like when they take Star Trek Part 1 and 2 episodes and make it into a feature-length release? On the DVDs and stuff, like with Best of Both Worlds, I don't mind it, honestly. I'm not the biggest fan of it because it fucks up the numbering system, because people are like, oh, the first 2 episodes in Encounter at Farpoint are 1 episode. Okay, then episode 2 is the Naked Now or whatever. It's like, no. Episode 3 is the Naked Now. Episode 2 is Best of Both Worlds Part 2. It fucks up the numbering system, so I don't mind watching them like that, but ask the person at the beginning if that's what they want instead of just forcing it on them. Sean O'Sullivan, would be fine if they insert them into the past tense shot like in Trials and Tribulations. Daniel Mullen, yeah, I think your time cop idea is the best theory yet. If they do it, I'll give them so much fucking credit. Bring the relativity back. There's been so many temporal incursions where we're standing there like, so where's the relativity? They gotta fix this. Hello? Did you forget about the relativity? You did, apparently. Okay. Well, what the fuck is their point then? So yeah, if they bring them back for this, fuck, they'll get super brownie points from us. That's amazing. That's how you use the canon. You use the lore, and you use it properly. Kirk Novak says, the problem I have with previously on segments in general is that they show footage that is relevant to the episode, and more than once I figured out what the twist was or solution just from that. That's the other problem. You're absolutely right. Especially with Discovery. Remember what happened 4 episodes ago and we haven't mentioned it since? Well, just remember that, okay? We're not going to talk about it this episode, but just remember it just in case, okay? Yeah, I know what you mean. James McGill, I'm impressed with Picard and Discovery series lately. Even the Star Trek animations as enjoyable to watch. Consider me assimilated. Sean O'Sullivan, does no one remember the I'm not Khan nonsense? Yep, they lie all the time. I'm John Harrison. Okay, John Harrison. Oh, look, you said your name was John Harrison in the movie, so I guess you were telling the truth. Dipshit. Yeah. Kit 10K, $20. Have you ever seen a YouTube channel called Dexler Astral? He talks about factual things about the universe and is great. Kind of makes me bummed though, because I don't have the technology to explore what he talks about. I think I've heard of the channel. I might have watched a video or 2, but not recently, so. Colin Barrett, Discovery did that. The actor playing Ash Taylor was definitely not playing a Klingon until he was. Bingo. And that was IMDb. They held it off. We even checked when we were doing our speculation videos and stuff. And yeah, IMDb. Jordan Shred, the ears aren't a problem for me. To be clear, it was just occurred to me, that's all. No problem, Jordan. Dan Ben, that thing, they did that once with the 25th anniversary. Doctor Who accidentally released the novelization of it before the TV episode aired. Yeah. Kyrian Spores, Rios was the one who got arrested, and Raffi and Seven are going after him. Why would a regular cop be investigating Picard if it's not Duquesne? Ding, 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 ding. Laughable Larry, thank you, Foley, for not turning into a Trek hate channel, even with all the garbage over the years. I feel like your channel is the most impartial Trek channel out there. Thank you, Laughable Larry. We appreciate that, because we are. There's good and bad in all of it, and we look at all of it, the good and the bad. We've been called by a few people the neutral zone of Trek channels. But as a result, our subscriber count is suffering from that because we don't pick one side or the other. And people are like, oh, you're haters, all your shills, all your haters, all your shills. So they don't want to fucking subscribe. But whatever, fuck them. We're going to do what we do, and we're going to do it well. So. General Grievous, it's like JJ trying to be cute saying Cumberpatch wasn't Khan with the whole John Harrison nonsense. Dan Ben, Worf was the first Klingon in Starfleet. Oh, hello, Ash Tyler. Yeah. Sean O'Sullivan, IMDb is always strange. That supposed full-time actors have 2 credits a year. No one could survive on that. General Grievous, $2. Finished my 4-mile run in 50 minutes. I need to improve, lol. You have more. You should run faster than that, General Grievous. You have. Well, I guess you only have 2 legs, don't you? But you got like arms. But you can run like a spider. So you should do better than that. I'm really disappointed in you, General Grievous. Terry West. Hey everyone, just popping on. I saw that Cap is live. Greetings to all. Hello, Terry. Good to see you. Dan Ben. Yeah, I'm always asking if is Caretaker Part 1 and 2 episode and the next one in episode 3. Yeah, that's the problem with combining them. General Grievous, wondering if the Borg Queen wanting the ship is foreshadowing and she causes the change to Earth's past. I don't trust anyone with devious assimilation tentacles. I know how that ends, usually. It'd be cool if the La Serena is the Borg ship we see in episode 1 that comes through that rift. Maybe it gets assimilated to that point before it comes through. Terry West, yes, bring back the relativity. Kyrian Spores. Wasn't saying that Brent Spiner being the next 4 episodes was wrong, just means we may be staying in 2024 for a lot longer, but who knows what might happen. Well, you say that, but in the future, when they zoomed in the Confederation thing for Annihilation Day or Extermination Day, there was a statue of Adam Soong with a globe in his hand. Is Brent playing Adam Soong in 2024, or is Adam Soong a Soong that came after the Soong that we're going to see in 2024? So, you know what I mean? Probably not, because they don't make sense a lot of time, but I know what I mean, and so, yay. Dan Ben, Dark Frontiers Part 1 and 2 on video cassette had a really good video cover. Okay. Eric Epperlein, I'm still predicting a 2024 Earth space mission will prove important in Picard Season 2. Okay. Yeah, we've seen an ad for it on a building. I know we've seen an ad for it on a bus at one point coming up. At least it was in the trailer. So maybe it will. And Q is wearing the Europa patch on like a jumpsuit in one of the trailers. So could be the case. Saru and Tarina getting together was sweet, though. Terry West. They need to also address Scary 7. Do they, though? It was a failed thing that went nowhere because it was a pilot for a Gary 7 show. They don't really need to address it at all. It'd be cool if they did, don't get me wrong. But I could go without them addressing it. It's fine. Sean O'Sullivan, Sean Churanjo, and John Delancey's birthday today. Source Twitter. Also, Delancey, real name is Clancy. Gates podcast. He grew up thinking he was French, but he's Irish descent. The Cynical Optimist. At the risk of opening a can of worms, what are your views on the We Are Starfleet and the so-called fandom menace? I too have always appreciated that Trekyards remain balanced and fair. The fandom menace. He spelt it wrong. It's F-A-N-D-U-M-B. Fandom menace. Are a bunch of fucking blithering idiots who only have a fucking pinpoint view of the world, and no matter what, will find hate in anything they watch, or they'll find a way to hate anything they watch. If it's new Trek or new Star Wars, they won't find anything good in it. They'll just fucking hate it because they need to hate it. But yet they watch it all. They're a bunch of fucking idiots, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? And the We Are Starfleet, I don't know what that's referring to exactly, but yeah, the fandom menace, I just have no fucking respect for it all. Bunch of fucking idiots. Dan Ben, Deep Space Nine last episode's the video cassette cover has a big battle Dominion Starfleet, Klingon, Romulan next Deep Space Nine. Sean O'Sullivan, Trek culture were clever coming up with the whole ups and downs thing, allows them to stay on side while criticizing episodes. It's what we do. We just do it in a longer format. So, Fleet Paw, 59 watching and 89 likes. Can we make it to 100? Hit that like button. Yes, hit that like button, guys. Let's get to 100. I don't have updated numbers in front of me because my app's being stupid. But hey, at least you're still seeing me. It's still streaming, so that's a good thing. Turd Ferguson, I found a pic of it in Jake Harn's with JLP, John Like Picard, but they say one of the showrunners worked with Carnes on 12 Monkeys. Okay. Byron USA, $5. Don't want to be disagreeable, Captain, but the Dakin now is the second episode encounter at Farpoint. Originally aired as a 2-hour single episode. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. It always fucks with our numbering system though when we're doing episode reviews, because one place will say it's episode 1 and 2, and one place will say it's episode 1, and then it shifts everything after that, and it's like, for fuck's sakes, it's just annoying. Sean O'Sullivan, did it occur to anyone else that Saru typing what people were talking about was going to be on Galaxy Quest, talking to the computer, completely pointless? No, but it did occur to me that, holy shit, they went from not being able to communicate at all to being able to understand it. What do you want to say, President? Not like, we are individuals, there are many of us. Instead, well, we are the Federation. There are so many of us. We are all individuals in our own way, but we are also all together. It is important to realize that we need and rely on one another, and blah, 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 blah. A little bit too fucking wordy. It's like putting too many words into a Google search. You're going to come up with shit that you don't want because you're over fucking complicating things. I realized that there was a line of dialogue that says, we just received the updated communication whatevers. We'll put those in. It's like a little bit ridiculous though, honestly. Anyway. James McGill. You ought to have a Trekyards episode on a different human civilization. Seems to be quite a few now that's canonical. Federation, Federation Alternative Realities, Terran Empire, and Confederation. Yeah. James McGill, $2. Keep up the good work. Thank you, James. We'll endeavor to do so. Chris Little, I forgot. Was there a soon connection to Khan and Enterprise? I think that'll be good. The thing in Picard as to why there's new thing on Strange New Worlds. Yes, he worked on augments and stuff in Enterprise, which of course the augments are like Khan and his Supermen. So yes, there was a connection. William May, did anyone hear of Triangulum Studios' YouTube channel? Yes, he's actually a friend of mine. He's actually just down the road, about 45 minutes away in Kitchener. Fleet Paw, Fandom Menace is just that, a menace. All haters that got their subs because the hate sells. Yeah. Kyrian Spores, didn't you hear, Foley? Discovery was canceled after season 1. Sorry, season 2. I meant season 3. No, season 4. Yeah, I know. I heard it was canceled like halfway through season 1, and I haven't seen anything of it since. Hide nor hair, because they have inside sources. Turd Ferguson, I thought the appearance of Stacey Abrams in Disco is just wrong. Bringing any actual politician in franchise is a cornball decision. Well, I don't really give a fuck because I didn't know who she was. Oh, that fixed it. 61 watching, 94 likes. There you go. Now it's fixed. Now I can see my actual super chat numbers and stuff. I need to turn off the Wi-Fi and go on the LTE. Nice. Dan Ben, why does Star Trek movie trailers use sound effects that aren't in the movie? Because the sound effects aren't finished yet. They also use music from different shows that when they released a trailer, especially in the 80s, they would use like Beetlejuice soundtrack for like a horror movie or something on the trailer because the music hasn't been finished yet. That's why. Donnie Pearson, I must confess, Stacey Abrams cameo on season. Oh, this is priceless. Sean Sullivan, true. Google Translate works best with short, to the point sentences, not paragraphs. Raj says, yes. Terry West, lol. I was honestly laughing every time they communicated with the 10C, especially when they finally got around to trying to mind meld with them. Fleet Paw says, let's not get off topic. Yes, real life politician made a cameo in Trek, but we're not making a big deal of it. Talk about her acting, but her politics, thank you. Her acting fucking sucked. Let's be honest. Are you up for that? I'm the president of the Federation. Of Earth. Of Earth. Yes. But now that we've rejoined the Federation of the Federation. Would you like to walk with me, Michael? Yeah, she was a really bad actress. Yeah, it's like overdoing a Reddit post title that doesn't need to be that long. Yeah. To be fair to Stacey Abrams, sounds like she was a Trek fan before a politician. Probably, but who cares? Sean, I disagree. Star Trek has always been had a political view, at least by American standards. Equal. She's a self-professed Trek fan. Yes. Daniel Grievous. As far as being, I'm not talking about this. Stop fucking piling on about politicians. I'm just gonna not read them. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so nothing to read then. Okay. The light sequences during the communication sequences with the 10C reminded me of Close Encounters of a Third Kind. Yeah, I said the same thing. It felt very like Steven Spielberg 1980s alien contact movie. Not referring specifically to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, but like the Navigator and E.T. and shit like that, where you got to figure out what they're saying to you. It felt very much like that for sure. So, well, I'm at the end of the chat now. It's up to you guys whether I end or not. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, so if you guys have anything else you want me to talk about, now's the time. Otherwise, since I did catch up to the chat, that means you guys are winding down. You guys don't want to talk about nothing. And politics, I give a flying fuck about. Don't give a shit. Don't want to talk about it, so don't bring it into my fucking live chat. So if you don't like that, I don't care. Get the fuck out of here. If you don't want me to talk, if you want me to talk about politics, I'm not the person nor the place to do so. So you guys get to decide whether I talk about anything else. Showrunner was coy on Twitter on Guinan being more Picard. Fingers crossed. I'm sure she'll be back. There's a scene where you see Picard beam down in 2024 to in front of 10 Forward, the bar. It's coming up, probably next episode. I don't think she's the Watcher, though. Like we said, I think they fixed something, go back to the future. The future is not quite right yet, so they have to go back to 2024 and talk to Guinan again, saying, we fixed the thing, but it still is not right. Do you get that feeling? Yes? Okay, well, what do we have to do? I think that's going to be a thing as well, so. I think you're right about the cop in Picard Season 2. He is from the future. I hope so. What would you like to see in Season 5 of Star Trek Discovery? Stories that don't suck would be awesome. And don't fucking stretch a story into 13 episodes when you could clearly wrap it up in 4. Have multiple little story arcs, all overlapping. You don't have to do what Enterprise Season 4 did and do 3, 3, 4, 3. Don't have to do that shit. Have like, oh, there's a thing. Oh, there's another thing. Oh, there's another thing. Let's go back to that first thing. Okay, now let's go to the third thing. And the second thing, that's how you do it. The 10C shape looks a lot like the skull Picard had. It's not, though. Terry West, and I did like the 10C for the most part. 10C were pretty cool. Kit 10K throws in $50. Awesome, sir. Thank you so much. Just took my dog Jack and my parents' dog Archie outside. Archie is 1, and we played the monster game for 20 minutes. The monster game is where I go roar, make like I'm gonna chase him, and he runs around like a psycho. I'm completely burned out. Yeah, this one does that too. She gets the zoomies. You're like, you chase her, and she like puts her ass to the ground and just runs. It's hilarious. Cynical Optimist, just a generic Trek question. What is your all-time favorite Star Trek episode? There's no such thing. They're too different. One of my favorites that stands out immediately is In the Pale Moonlight. So there's no one. Here, out of hundreds of great fucking episodes, pick one that's your favorite. It's a fucking impossible. Sorry. No matter what I say, I'll say it and then I'll think of something else. Like I just said Pale Moonlight, which is awesome, but then I thought Yesterday's Enterprise. You know, like, you can't pick a favorite. That's a stupid question, in my opinion. Like, out of that breath you just took, which was your favorite molecule of air? The one that kept you alive for the first 5 seconds or the 20th second? It's like, I don't fucking know. They're all part of my existence. Colin Barrett, and Starfleet HQ has warp drive. That's cool, yeah. Grant McGregor, what would you change with the Confetti Tricorder? Not much. I really like the design, even though it's a phone. I do like that design. I'd get rid of the little front-facing camera and the screen protector. That's what I would do. That's what I would change. I haven't seen any season 4 of Discovery because the kind overlords of Paramount decided Europe doesn't deserve it. You thinking Back to the Future 2 plot where Picard has to avoid his past self? Possibly. I didn't consider that, but yeah, it could be the case. Birth Defect 1186. We need another Vic Fontaine character in this newer Trek. I recommend McFarlane. Yeah, Vic Fontaine was awesome. I would like to see him with Q, confronting Guinan, and even asking for help because he's not well. That'd be awesome. What is the 10C? Sorry, I missed something. They're the species in Discovery Season 4, the unknown species. Kurt Ferguson, why would Guinan have a bar called 10 Forward in 2024? She is time sensitive, but is not as ever displayed. She is not aware of the future. No idea. Doesn't make sense, but we see him beaming in front of it in the trailer, so. Are you familiar with Mark Bernardin? He has a podcast with Kevin Smith and wrote on season. No, I don't. Oh, I guess. General Grievous, what legacy prop would you like to see reused in Picard or Disco? Star Trek has a habit of redressing props, uniform, ships, models, etc. I would say a TOS phaser, but that was actually in General Picard's trophy room. You just didn't see it on screen, but it was there. I don't know. That's a very good question, and I don't have an answer. Yeah, this is Star Trek sci-fi page, not a political page. Don't belong here. We're here to escape real world for a couple of hours. Hell yeah. Sean says, yesterday's Enterprise in the pale moonlight, far beyond the stars, Endgame, all great choices. Tilly likes whiskey with Star Trek Admiral Vance. Hell yeah. Fleetpass says, are we going to do an episode of Starfleet HQ? Yes, we're filming it tomorrow morning, actually. Byron USA puts in $5. Sorry if I annoyed you. Your point is still valid. Do mess with the number 2. Do mess with the number 2. You didn't annoy me, I don't think. I don't mind getting a question that annoys me because it makes me rant and it's hilarious. It's good entertainment for you guys. But I don't know what you said, actually. So it's all good. Thank you, Byron, for the super chat. Terry says, if the alien race that are featured in Strange New Worlds are anything like the 10C, the show will do well. They just need to make sure that the stories don't stretch out too much. Yes. What do you think about the Star Wars animated characters coming to live action and not looking the same? Fine with it, but they can look the same. The voice actors for Boimler and Mariner and stuff, they look like their characters, so they could definitely come to live action. So, Chris Little, why do you think modern Trek avoids showing ship beauty shots like the one we got in the first time we saw the Enterprise in First Contact? Because they don't have faith in their CG models. They're not detailed enough. We've talked about this many times on Trekyards. Sure, they've added more details as of late, but they still don't want to show the ships because I don't think they're proud of the designs. They're not done by Trek fans. They're done by just a company. And I think they realize that, and they don't want to highlight the fact that these people are morons and don't realize what a Star Trek ship should look like. The example you use there, the Enterprise in First Contact, that was the first and only time we saw the full physical built model of that ship. That scene, there might have been one or more others in that movie, but after that it became CG. But that's a physical model. You put a lot of time and effort into that. You make the Greeblies look perfect. You add a lot of detail. They don't do that in CG. They're like, we need a fucking ship. All right, well, here's a shape. What about the details? We don't need the details. No one's going to see it. No one's going to notice. Knock, knock, knock. Hello. Hi, we're Trekyards fans. Or we're Trekyards. We're Star Trek fans. We notice every fucking little goddamn thing. So please put details on that ship. That's why. I don't know why. And if they do show a ship, it's usually lit very poorly and shittily for the same reason. They're not proud of the detail or the work that's gone into it. Have you heard any whispers about the second half of Picard Season 2? No. But I've heard whispers of Season 3. That's all I'll say. Reuse prop, the TOS laser gun. No. This is Cynical Optimist. Of the newer Trek ships post 2009, which do you feel has been the best designed? That's another bad question. The Stargazer. I don't fucking know. The Obina class from Lower Decks. The Parliament class from Lower Decks. That's a good answer. That's a good ship. So there you go. That's my answer. Have we seen the most reused sci-fi prop in Picard yet? The 2 glass tubes with the red lights. No, we haven't. They go back and forth. Well, they must do something. Terry West, I'm hoping for some more references to previous time travel episodes. Maybe someone almost gets run over and says, "Double dumbass on you." Sean says, if you're set off a if you've set off a rant, you need to hit the red alarm, followed by how do you feel after. Red alarm. Red alarm. Maybe Guinan brought the idea of name 10 forward to the Enterprise. We first saw it in season 2 when Guinan joined the crew. Byron USA, sorry, I meant to say 2-part episodes do mess with the number count. Yes, they do. Stargazer music. Did I tag you in that thing on Twitter? How do they convert ships in the 90s and STOTs in Picard? Yeah, I saw you tag me while we were live here, so thank you, Sean. 10 forward could now just be called a cosmic coincidence. Kashink, just hope for strange new worlds that they make the Enterprise look more to TOS version. They don't. Donnie Pearson, I myself still hope for the post-Nemesis Enterprise E under Worf's captaincy and Prodigy and or Season 3 of Lord X. Nothing against those who were like pass. The Cynical Optimist, 2 bad questions in a row. This is why I'm not an interviewer. Grant McGregor, I do not think it's so much as non-Trek CGI team, but a Hollywood rushing things kind of thing. Remember that Picard Federation ships were done in a day. Yeah, and they shouldn't have been. And even if they were, you can add more detail in a day. And it is a non-Trek CGI team. That was the fucking problem. They hired people that deliberately didn't know anything about Trek to give Trek a new feel. Fucking stupid idea. That's why Picard Season 2 is so much better. Because guess what? They had Doug Drexler, Mike Okuda, people that fucking worked on Star Trek. That's what you should do. Not fucking rocket science, guys. General Grievous, have you heard anything to look forward to the Lower Deck Season 3 and other half of Prodigy? That I can share with you? No. Heard a few things. I'll say one thing about Lower Decks Season 3. The Borg might be back. There have been no Borg, and there's a reason. Moving on. Dan Ben, I think this TNG Season 2, they made the Enterprise D saucer to put 10 forward there. I don't think it was on the ship in Season 1. You didn't see it. It was there, we just didn't see it, yeah. Bring back David Warner as Gull Madrid. Have him point 4 flashlights at Jean-Luc Picard. Why not? Eric says, I wish they would show 2 episodes of Picard Season 2 a week. That'd be so much work. Dan Ben, do you like the image of the 3 different Stargazers with one that could be TOS? I'm not sure why they used it in Picard Season 2. Well, those Stargazers that are in the Stargazer Ready Room were built by my friend Bill Krause. He designed that Stargazer, that TOS style one. That's his own design, his own nacelle shape, his own. He's been scratch building TOS ships for years. I see them every year at Wonderfest. Fantastic guy, very talented. I do like it. I do like the TOS one. It's the, I forget the class name now. The Observer class or something. But yeah, that's his own design that he slipped in there. And I'm happy for it. Chris Little, do you think we'll see the Enterprise in Picard Season 2 or 3? It will be something new or a class we've seen before. You might see it in Season 3, would be my guess, or at the end of Season 2. Terry West, well, maybe we might learn what happened to the Enterprise E soon. I'm praying for that and reveal the Enterprise soon. I don't give a shit what happened to the Enterprise E. It's fine. Let it be whatever your mind wants it to be. Why do they have to tell us what it was? Looking forward to seeing James Tiberius Kirk and Change the Worlds. I am too. I want to see how they integrate him. That is season 2 though, so still a long way away. Byron USA, that's right, Captain. Let people that know Star Trek make stuff. Yeah, that's fucking common goddamn sense. I'm not going to have somebody that doesn't know anything about Trekyards come in and take over my show. I want you to make Trekyards, but you don't need to know anything about it. You just do your own format and everything, and we'll be fine. Bye, guys. Like, the fuck is that shit? How about fuck yourself? Dan Ben, James T. Kirk and Stranger Worlds is season 2. Some people keep thinking it's season. It might be season 1. It might be the end of season 1. It might be he might make a small appearance in season 1, but it is season 2. Yes. Kyrian Spores, Borg in Lower Decks season 3. Wonder if it could tie into Picard season 2. I wonder. The Cynical Optimist, can you reveal any of the whispers you've heard about Picard season 3? I already have. Lots of starships, lots of starship episodes, lots of star bases. If you don't want the 2024 stuff in season 2, just know in the back of your mind that it's not going to be forever. They're going to get back to the future. You're going to see Stargazer and stuff and other starships. That's all I'll say. Captain Foley, do you have any secret info about what happens in Picard season 2? Not really. Not really. And even if I did, I couldn't tell you guys. But not really, no. That's the honest answer. So, what does that mean? I could jump in on your place and fill in while you're gone. If you went to extended vacation, what would someone else say? That'd be interesting, Fleetpaw. General Grievous, Picard and Disco made this mistake early on with ships. The Enterprise showrunners made to leave Trek out of the title because they thought people might not tune in if they noticed it was Trek. Cynical Optimist, lots of starships, lots of starbases. Finally, the ships have come back to Star Trek. Can you smell what Captain Foley's cooking? That was a rock reference. All of it. The showrunner for Star Wars Acolyte show hired people who didn't know Star Wars. She wanted a fresh take. It's fine as long as they're being guided by people who understand. And visually, super important. Visuals are super important. Storytelling, fine. You want a new take? Get somebody that's not really doesn't know anything, comes up with their own thing. As long as you got somebody canon-wise going, you're gonna have to change that one little thing. You should probably make this reference here. Fine, that's a different form of storytelling. Visually, go fuck yourself. Visually, please, by all means, use the universe and the canon to your full ability. Yes, that's what The Mandalorian did right. You see the X-Wings. Guess what? They look exactly like they did in the fucking 70s of Star Wars movie. You know why? Because they fucking should. That's why. That's all I have to say about that. Marry, fuck, or kill. Enterprise D, Klingon ship of the dead, Romulan bird of prey. I'd marry the Enterprise because it's reliable and sexy and sleek and luxurious. I'd kill the Klingon ship of the dead because it's a piece of fucking garbage and deserves to be killed. Plus, it's the ship of the dead, so it might as well fill its title. It should be dead. And Romulan bird of prey, I would absolutely fuck. That's a sexy beast of a ship. And it's got that nice plasma torpedo launcher for easy entry, if you know what I'm saying. So there you go. Hope that answers your question. Thank you very much for coming out. Bringing in non-Trek folk to do story can and has worked out very well. Nick Meyer, Star Trek fucking 2. He knew nothing about Star Trek before he got hired on for that. So ding, 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 abso-fucking-lutely. And Star Trek 3. Star Trek 6, I mean. Star Trek 6. Nicholas Meyer comes to mind. Yeah, sorry. They should have read the whole thing first. Doesn't TNG have a don't hire fans policy? Oh, probably fuck only. Sean O'Sullivan, Trek Central posted a photo on Twitter that looks like the normal Klingon from Stranger Worlds, which raises its own problems. Turd Ferguson, don't know who just made the comment about Enterprise, but first 2 seasons of Enterprise, they left out Star Trek from the title in order to avoid paying Roddenberry estate more money. Who would like to see Chancellor Lorel? I wouldn't mind seeing Lorel again. Mary Schieffel's a great person, very nice person. We talked to her quite a bit in Vegas. Beautiful person, tall, cute little dog, nice person. I wouldn't mind seeing Lorel back, honestly. I sense some major docking in Cap's future. Donnie Pearson, true, neither did the late Jerry Goldsmith before he was chosen to score Star Trek the Motion Picture. Chris Little, reckons Strange New Worlds with the TOS-style Klingons? I reckon they will. They better, or else there's going to be a riot hands. Trekyards led riot. We're going to find them. We're going to take care of them. Take that for what you will. Don't fuck the Klingons again, guys. And they only have one dick, not two. I don't care what Discovery says. That's just fucking stupid. Nicholas Meyer watched all 78 episodes of the original Star Trek and picked Space Seeds, so he did his research, and he is a good director. But he didn't have that fan taint of, this is what I need in my Star Trek, before he got hired. He did do the research and watched it all. Unlike the JJ people who are like, they watched like up to Charlie X. Literally, they watched up to Charlie X and said, oh, so this scene between Spock and Uhura where she asks about the moon on Vulcan and he says Vulcan has no moon. And then in Charlie X, they sing a song. Spock plays his lyre. Uhura sings a song, kind of googly eyes for a minute. That's all we need to see. We know that Spock and Uhura get their shit on later. That's fine. All right, let's write the script, boys. Spock and Uhura are dating. That's what happened. You need to watch all the fucking shit before you step in, so. Kid 10K, the TNG episode Relics, Picard talked there was a Constitution class ship in the Fleet Museum. I think we may be kind of cool if they showed a part of the museum in the background of an episode. Could be the case. I would love to see the Fleet Museum. Fleetpaw, how does featuring a normal Klingon in Strange New World pose an issue? Enterprise did a good job of retconning and explaining why Klingons look that way. Yes, they did. Phasma did a better job. There are Klingons that look like Romulans, too. It's to infiltrate Romulan space along the border. Same thing with the human-looking Klingons along the human border. Just saying, Phasma did it better. But at least Enterprise tried and did a fantastic job with it. And I can't help but give them praise for that, because much needed, for sure. I need to get some more drink in me, guys. So if you guys want to super chat, I'd really appreciate it. I mean, I'll drink without super chats too, but whatever. Or God 6. There's a channel on YouTube for Star Wars that looks at a blurred out ship and tries to bring them to life. That's Eric Henry. He's fucking great at that. But that's E.C. Henry's channel. General Grievous, did Nicholas Meyer start researching Trek when he got the job and became a fan eventually? Yes. Exactly what happened. Grant McGregor, Jerry Goldsmith knew how to write and conduct music, also had the time. Music and cinema is dead. Hans Zimmer killed it, I know. Writing should follow the poetic dictates of Thane of Vulcan. Daniel Muffin, speaking of Lorel, she is who I thought was the Borg Queen that came back in time and had the helmet on. The voice kind of sounded like her. That was my very first take, but I don't know anymore. It's either Seven or it's Gerardi, is my call. It's not going to be Picard's mom, like everybody's saying, even though she says what his mom said. That's just so that to let Picard know that it's somebody that he knows. But whatever. General Grievous, I guess Disco added in the Klingons have 2 of everything to explain why Dax ended up in the med-base swap. No, fuck off, no. Because they say in TNG that Klingons have redundancy systems for almost everything, organ-wise. They have a honeycomb-shaped rib cage. They got a whole bunch of redundancies because they're designed for battle.
Discovery writers went, oh, they got redundancies for everything? Does that mean that they have two cocks? Yeah, they have two cocks. That'd be a funny visual, a guy peeing on a wall with two fucking cocks. Maybe they have two anuses too. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. The cynical optimist, Roberta Orsi, said, "What can we learn from Star Wars here?" And Kurtzman said, "Star Trek equals classical, Star Wars equals rock and roll. And Trek needed more rock and roll." That was Abrams. That was not fucking Kurtzman. The cynical optimist, I've never listened to Mozart and thought, this needs more Led Zeppelin. But there's an album I have on Burn Disc called, what's it called now? Something apocalyptic. It's classical music made with heavy metal tones to it. It's fucking great. You can make things better that way, so just saying. The cynical optimist, I've never listened to Mozart. Oh, I've heard that. Eric Epperling, Captain Foley, what you need is some sort of scotch. Some of Scotty's scotch to drink. Well, yes, I would like that. But this is Bailey's. It's just as good. But in a different way. Christopher Beatty, $10. Drink and enjoy. Oh, shit. I took that before I read the super chat. Thank you. Richard Napier, $10. You look very thirsty. I do. I am. Thank you. It's going down fast now. Terry West. I did have a lot of alien ships in Enterprise. The Andorian ships were awesome. The Vulcan ships were great. I really wanted to see more Romulans. Problem is, though, they didn't see Romulan shit. Okay. They fucked the dog on the Romulan ships. Those Romulan ships are way too advanced for the era. And they shouldn't have fucking ever ran into them. Because they didn't see the Romulans until the Romulan War. In which case, there was no visual communication, so they didn't know what a Romulan looked like. Which they kind of held true to in Enterprise, fine. But the Romulans also didn't have cloaking devices at the time. Their ships were very big and bulky, and the Romulan War was not what Enterprise was at all. Daedalus class ships, big, bulky, round cylinders, or spheres and cylinder ships, fighting against bigger, fucking pill-like ships. There's a ship called Starfleet Museum. There's a ship. There's a site called Starfleet Museum. I can't remember the exact name of it on the internet, where they show what the ships of the Romulan War look like. Very primitive, nuclear-powered ships. Enterprise fucked the dog on that and made this advanced-looking fucking bird of prey that looked way more advanced than the one we see in TOS. That's a fucking rant onto itself. Don't fuck with the timeline, guys. That's why Enterprise doesn't fit in canon. That's why Enterprise is not linked to TNG. There is no fucking NX-01 on the wall of the briefing room of the Enterprise D. You know why? Because it never fucking existed in the prime timeline.
But it's not on the wall because the Federation wasn't made by then, so it wasn't a Federation ship.
Really? Then why is the cutter on there? Why is the aircraft carrier on there? Why is the fucking shuttle on there? Why is the ring ship on the wall? They weren't around when the Federation was created either.
Well, they were important ships to held the name Enterprise. Heel.
Were they now? Well, how about the very first Warp 5 ship that left Earth, and actually the captain of said ship created the fucking Federation? Pretty important ship, don't you think? Should be on the wall, don't you think? Guess what? Didn't exist in the prime timeline. That's why Enterprise is its own thing. It's in a different timeline. Pretty fucking simple. Fuck. Sean O'Sullivan, €2. Thank you, Sean. Hope you see more Drunk Ball. He's gone quiet. Drunk Ball's great. He always takes long breaks and comes up with something great, so don't worry. 30-something man-child, 2 pounds. Hey, Cap, drink. Hope you are well. I am well, thank you very much. I won't be well after I fucking drink all this shit, because I'm starting to feel it now. Dan Ben, new X-Wings, A-Wings, and Star Wars sequel films. They look much new. X-Wing and Star Wars Resistance, set sequel era. That didn't... What? In The Mandalorian, they looked exactly like they did in 1977. You know why? Because that's how fucking X-Wing should look. End of fucking discussion. Get 10K, $10. Have a drink on me. As AC/DC once sang. Well, that's not the tune then. But have a drink on me, my fine sir, my fine sir. Cheers to you and cheers to me, and let's have a drink and then go pee. Ah, I just made up a good song. It's pretty good. Thank you, Kit. Fleet Paw Swift back $2. Synthetic Scotch and Synthetic Commanders. Aye, laddie. Fuck. A kid, Captain. Do you though, General Grievous? Carrying spores. Looks like we may get more of Picard's mom next episode. Hope you get past her voice. It's not just her voice; it's her face. I hate her fucking bottle. Hi, I'm Picard's mom. How you doing? Hi. Good man. Can't stand that bitch. Regarding the two dick skit. Apocalyptica. Thank you. That is the one. Yes. Thank you. I knew somebody would fucking know. Thank you. Thank you very much, Patrick. Newsflash. Klingons do not have two dicks. Last time on Discovery. Psst. Excuse me. Klingons don't have two dicks. If that's a piercing gone wrong, dude, you need to get that fucking looked at. Dude. Just saying. Donnie Pearson. I myself love various genres of styles of music, especially stage and screen. Yeah, I do too, Donnie. My fucking musical interests are all over the board. 30-something man-child. I agree that the Romulans were kind of messed up in Enterprise, canon-wise. Garrett Roughton. Would you ever see if the Star Trek and Star Wars movies get made? Well, you see it, aka Star... Nah, fuck off. You don't need to cross over Star Trek and Star Wars. They have nothing to do with each other. I wouldn't be interested. I would, of course, watch it because it had Star Trek and Star Wars on it, but I wouldn't be interested. That's just stupid. Turd says, speaking of Romulans, Spock's dad, in the words of Stan Lee, enough said. He was a Klingon captain at TMP. Enterprise is definitely a result of First Contact. New shows retcon lore. No, they shouldn't, though. Fuck you. There's even mention of Cochrane talking about the event, including the Borg. Yes, there is. John Michael Dorian John. I'm loving the captain's rants. Thank you. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes not so much, but usually they're good. Cynical Optimist. I can't help but feel that the production design of Enterprise was because Burnham was too afraid of doing something different that would be been true TOS prequel. Matt Boardman, tell us how you really feel. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Another red alert, yeah. Oh boy, tuned in late. I'm glad to see roast mode Foley. Raj says, it's annoying that they do not keep the canon consistent. One would think that they would double check official content before any story. You think? Wow, what a fucking concept. We have a whole world and universe that the very first show had a fucking Bible for. But nah, we're just gonna fuck you guys. We're gonna do our own thing. It'll fit in, trust it. It'll override everything that came before it because we're more fucking important. Go fuck yourself and your canon. It's the new producers. This is me. Fuck you. Canon is important. Always has been, always will be. If you don't think so, put the fucking franchise down and back the fuck away. You can work your own fucking little stories into canon and make it work and seem all smart and clever. Or you can just say, fuck you, and steamroll everything. This is my canon now. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I'm the canon now. I'm the canon now. Fuck you, Kurtzman. Anyway. It is annoying when you don't keep canon consistent. I love a good captain rant. I'm chuckling listening to it. Well, Pina Coladas fucking did this trick, yeah. So who was the first human to be assimilated by the Borg and Voyager? TNG Voyager. I don't fucking know. When and where was Picard's mom mentioned? Episode 1. She was shown. She wasn't mentioned. She was shown. Byron USA, the difference between Nicholas Meyer and the people making Discovery. Nicholas Meyer had respect for Star Trek. You know, he didn't though. Okay, he had respect in the fact that it was an existing thing that existed and people care about it. So yes, I'm going to respect it and watch every fucking episode to find out which one would make a good sequel. Yes, he did. But he didn't care about Trek before that. So at least he did have the respect to realize that people care about this enough and he's going to do it well. Trek or not, do you think fan films are to blame? Controversial, I know, but they limit creative space, hence why CBS cracked down on it. Could explain why they are doing nothing with percentage. Nah, I don't think so. Sean O'Sullivan, when Data sings the Lifeform song Generation, where you can see the cast cracking up in some cuts to cover it. Very funny. Yeah. Kid 10K throws in $5. Scotty, what is it? Data. It is yellow. I mean green. Terry West, could be the guys that did all the ships from Enterprise refit wall, the Enterprise D conference room wall, Enterprise D conference room, all thought the NX-01 was a crappy design. But one of the most important ships in the Federation, for fuck's sakes, should be on the fucking wall. It should have its own fucking wall. You know how they had the fucking wall with all the ships? Then they had the wall with the fucking display screen? The other fucking wall should have been the goddamn NX-01. Is that important? It's an important fucking ship. Put it on the fucking wall. Oh, wait, it never fucking existed in the Prime universe. That's why. Fuck me sideways. With a rusty fucking spoon. Jesus Christ. Fuck. This is why it pays to super chat and have me fucking drink. Because when I get drinking, I get ranty sometimes. I love you guys. I love you all so much. Oh my God. Curian Spores. I was watching Voyager episode about Hansons. How was it they knew the Borg by the name, but before they took on, I don't fucking know. How would, what is the legal limit for a Starfleet? I don't know. I'm buying that probably. I like the NX-01 design more than the secondary, or with the secondary hull added. Yeah, it's cool as the refit. I just got done with the Batman. Great movie. I haven't seen it yet, man. Trek or not, because they create good products, and CBS would have seen to be reproducing potentially. Michael Byrne, you have to say the multiverse. Burnham will find out she can use the Force, and Ray, oh fuck off. 30-something man child. I blame UPN as much as Burnham and Braga for Enterprise divergence from canon. The higher ups were way too involved. Yes. Canon is very important, especially if it's a phaser cannon. Well, in that case, the cannon has two ends, not one. Don't get me started on the fucking spelling of canon and canon. They're two different goddamn things, but people don't know the fucking difference, apparently. By creating an example... Oh, don't want to read about that. And canon, shameless plug, but since you mentioned you have broad musical taste, I have some stuff on Spotify and more stuff coming out throughout the year if you're interested. I am interested, Chris. Share. At the risk of sparking another captain's rant, oh, here we go. Fucking cynical optimist. What do we got in store for this one? Okay. What are your thoughts, feelings on the Axanar production now versus when? Don't care. Moving on. Sean O'Sullivan, which is better, Star Trekking or Shatner on the Mount? I don't know Shatner on the Mount, so. Fleet Pass Swiftback, $2. What color for his eyes? Garon stare. Ted Ferguson, I love when producers think canon is not important. When the greatest book series of all time, Lord of the Rings, has its own family tree, history, languages, and calendars in the index. Bing, 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 ding, ding, ding. Give this man a goddamn certificate and prize and cash money payout. He wins the fucking point right there. Turd Ferguson, ding, ding, ding. Donnie Pearson, I love the NX-01, to be honest. It's okay. Maybe some still flying around. I guess 70% of Enterprise canonical issues have been sorted if the ship wasn't called the Enterprise. Ding, 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 ding. He also wins a prize. Questions. Are the recent Picard comics and novel... No, they're not. No comic is considered fucking canon. There's the Countdown comic that says that fucking Data was the captain of the Enterprise F. Not fucking canon. So no. They say they're canon before the movie. Oh, read this before the movie because we don't make a good enough movie. We need to fucking supplement it with this shit. Here you go. Read it. Fucking pretty good. All right, cool. Looking forward to the movie. See the movie go, yeah, the Countdown series is pretty good, though. Well, guess what? Data fucking dies. Fuck me sideways. So that's not even real. All right, fuck. Never mind. Moving on. I read all and I wonder if they've never heard about the USS Verite, the Worf as captain of the Enterprise. Fleet Paw. And that was the day that Foley was saying, fuck me sideways with a rusty fucking spoon. Because he got fucked sideways with a rusty fucking spoon. William May, J.J. Abrams' version of Star Trek is just as bad as Donald D. Moore's reboot of BSG. What? BSG respected their canon. They showed ships accurate to what they should be, especially the Mark II Viper, or whatever the fuck it was. I haven't watched all of BSG yet. But anyway, they show fucking canon as it should be. Real Cylons, real Vipers, real Battlestars. And then it's the updated ones. That's fine. Those are the older style. Love it. That's fucking great. That's how you do it. At least show them properly. Smart scenarios. Now that I finished TNG Season 2, I finally went back to the TOS in preparation for Stranger Worlds. The Cage is a pretty ambitious episode for a pilot, in my opinion, but still good. Sean O'Sullivan and Shatner on the mound is why Kirk is climbing the mountain song. Okay, because it's there. Byron, USA. Well then, I guess the difference between Nicholas Meyer and the people making Discovery is Nicholas Meyer has talent. Yes, he does. And he's also a fucking Sherlock Holmes fan and has written numerous Sherlock Holmes books, including The 7% Solution, one of the best fill in the history and life of Sherlock Holmes books ever written. Because anyone that's a Sherlock Holmes fan, I trust with my Star Trek. Fucking Nicholas Meyer for the win, boys. Speaking of, Nicholas Meyer is going to be at Wonderfest this year. I hope that I go. I'm pretty sure I'll be going to Wonderfest this year. First weekend in June. Louisville, Kentucky. Anyone else going? No? Don't worry, I'll make a captain's log. It's fine. General Grievous, $2. Glory to your drink. God's eyes. Glory to me and my drink. Dan Ben, favorite Klingon Romulan character? Favorite Klingon character? Either Martog or Gowron. Romulan character? It's fake. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. After they're done with Picard, will they do a series 26th century with the Enterprise J and the ship of that era? Probably not. Garen Roughton, what do you think of Star Trek Discovery season finale? I liked it. And where do you think it's going? Don't know where it's going. Don't give a flying fuck. Was it good as a finale? Yeah. Was the lead up to it good? Not so much. I don't know. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Speaking of, actually, we haven't, because our review is fucking tomorrow. Oh, fuck me sideways. Tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Probably 4:30. I don't know. 4 or 4:30. Fuck. For the season finale review of Discovery. Fuck, I'm not done talking about it yet, am I? Son of a bitch. Thought I was done with that. A Saucy Puppet Show, $10. People pile a lot of hate onto Shavon, but the blame really goes to Star Trek execs who hired him, and Fuller, who both seem hellbent on trying to make Star Trek their own. It's Kuntzman who pissed all over Star Trek. Well, this is mine. I'm gonna piss on this. Psst, psst. Let's piss away all remnants of the old ship. Psst. See that fucking new Constitution class ship? Yeah, it's my design. Fuck the old one. Psst. Carrying Spores, I'm hoping we get a DS9 flashback of Nordex so we can get the Edzia again. Edzia would be cool. Dan Ben, the video game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order had a prequel comic, both canon. That's because it's Star Wars. Star Wars likes to tie things together. Star Trek,
The canon had a really good story, duh. But you know what? I didn't have anything to do with it. My name's not on it, though. Listen, this is the real Trek over here. This shit's my mine. It's piss up, piss on. Piss on. It's mine. Look at these redesigns. They're fucking mine. This is real Trek. This is Prime Trek. Yeah.
Star Wars does things better than Star Trek. I don't care what anybody says. On BSG, I love OG BSG. Love the new BSG. I love the Pegasus. It's a glorious ship. Have you seen the BSG shooting good? No. Trek or not, have people say things to make Foley go super red, like in Graduate. Like, redder. Get 10K, $5. You go on rants? No, really? I do grow on rants. It's been known to happen sometimes. I'm almost done this bottle, by the way. Should we finish off this bottle? I think we should finish off this bottle. That's it. I opened it live on the air, and it is now done. And in case you guys are wondering what it is, it's Bailey's Colada. I'm getting hot in the rain. Making love at midnight. 'Cause I don't have a brain. I don't fucking know the words. Anyway. Dan Ben, those Star Trek logs posted on social media considered canon, right? Yes, those are. Yes. Corbin says, I saw a comic where Worf and Fing, Deanna, and Riker come in to F him in the ass. Diddy comes into fluff. Is that canon? Could be. Could be. Discovery Season 4 had an actual fantastic season finale, but Season 3 as a whole, still better. Yeah. General Grievous. A saucy puppet show. The execs hired him, but the buck stopped with Shaban. He was entrusted to the franchise, and instead of good writing, he wanted to piss folks off with his writing. Not sure. It would be nice to get out of New York for a little, hoping I'll be fully staffed at work by then. I'd love to see you at Wonderfest, man. That'd be awesome. I don't know if I'm going yet. Actually, I haven't fucking even booked a hotel room yet at the Crown Plaza, but I really want to go this year. Hey, Cap, where did you get the Picard Tricorder? It was on Facebook. Somebody made it in Vector, and I just downloaded it. Same night as the episode. A Saucy Puppet Show. I love the story of how the designers of the new BSG tricked the producers who didn't want the ship to look like the original by showing them a side-by-side view. Cap gets a donut in Tim Hortons. It's a cake. Favorite Romulan is either Tomalak, Denatra, or Sela. Denatra. John Sullivan, do we find the earlier times going love works better? What? Cap, love your melee weapon collection back there. I've been wanting... Well, that's just part of it, my friend. That's just fucking... That's the ones I don't really even care about because they're just clumped all together. There's ones hung on the walls downstairs. There's this one up here as well. Crusader one. I got a lot. I got a sword collection. There's a lot more in here, in the house, than is what in this room. So... I myself wish the Enterprise and Strange New Worlds have been similar to one in the cage, but with some minor additions, changes, like the Resurrection Stars. Amen, Donnie. Let's go for Rammies. Kuntzman! Star Wars employs the keeper of the holocrons, who has been approved by the script. New camera? I think that's the clearest I've seen it live. No, it's still my iPhone, the one I use for every fucking live. I love the Enterprise should have looked like in Discovery. Let's be honest, yeah, I get to hang that twice the model of Discovery than Enterprise, though. Matt Boardman, do the captain and admiral need food from the galley? No, I had some general fucking pow chicken or some shit. Some Chinese food just before live. Thank you, Matt. No. Oh, do I want a cheeseburger? I don't fucking know anymore. No, I'm good. Thanks, Matt. No, say that for a late night live. No, I'm good. Donnie says, I myself am a Trekkie and a Star Wars. To be honest, so I do love the Irresistible Trek Animals. Don't just always want to have to read something before I can watch a new film. You shouldn't have to, Dan. That's the point. If you make a good piece of media, you don't need supplemental material to make it make sense. Chris Little, thanks for your interest in the music. I put out a single called Holy Glidey. Like you search on tell me your email address and I'll send you a CPU. Just Trekyards at hotmail.com. Daniel Mullen. Sorry, I called you Daniel Mullet. Oh, fuck. Daniel Mullen. How do people have badges in chat? I don't see the join button. I'm on mobile right now, though. Yeah, there's a join button beside the subscribe button on desktop and Android. I don't know if iOS has the option to join. It should. And if you don't, hold on. Whoa, don't get your shit in a twist. If you don't have it on the YouTube app, go to Safari on iOS and hit the join button, and then you can get a badge beside your name. We'd really appreciate it. Actually, I haven't even asked for a goal for people in the chat to join the channel. So we have 97 people, 97 likes according to this, which is probably wrong again. 62 people watching. It's probably all wrong. Hold on a second. I still have 97 people watching. I think we're over 100 now, though, because this is being fucky. But yeah, go to Safari, look up YouTube on there, access the video that way. You should have a join button. I see the join button on Android mobile app. Sorry, I meant to find the earlier times to do live, better for views. Fleetbot said, you'll have to join the PC if you're using an Apple product. Happiest Gnome, why so angry still? You and the commander have been impressed lately with the various shows adhering to canon because presumably learned from the disco pen. Yeah, and they have learned. Season 2 of Picard's been fantastic. Even season 3 and 4 of Discovery learned some lessons. Why so angry? Depends when you came in. There's still shit to rant about. There's good and bad in all Trek. That's the point. I don't know what you mean, Happiest Gnome. Especially your Daniel. Oh, yeah. Jay Bartlett loved my Daniel, as he should. Will you change your mind, the galleys? Well, if you change your mind. Thank you, Matt. I'll let you know. Dan Ben, I understand that maybe iPhone doesn't let you, but do you think you'll ever see more of the Dominion? Don't give a shit. I have to arrange regular Colada deliveries. This is just too much fun. Not Coladas. Fuck Coladas. I'm not a fan of the fucking coconut shit. I like the Nanamo ones. I like chocolatey flavors. I want to try that butter tart. There's a new butter tart fucking liquor at the LCBO that I haven't got yet, but there's a butter tart one. Fuck yeah. Butter tarts are the shit, dude. Peach, apple, that kind of shit. I'm not a fan of Colada. I'm not a fan of coconut, but I don't know fucking what's happening with my goddamn phone. Anyhow, as I was saying, butter tart for the win. Peach, apple, vanilla, that kind of shit. Maple, yeah, all four. Not a fan of fucking coconut. This is all right, though. It was pretty good. It was a nice treat, so thank you, Eric. I still have a Moscato downstairs, I think you brought me. So, well, Cap, I must boldly go now. Thank you for another great live stream. Seeing you guys again tomorrow. Till then, have a great week. Live long and prosper. Thank you, Donnie. Live long and prosper to you as well. Kit 10K throws in $5. Your like count is off because my count shows 100. Yeah, of course it is, because this is acting like fuck you again. Is Murph in Star Trek Prodigy a changeling founder? There's rumors going. No, I don't give a shit. That's just stupid. Have you ever, or would you ever, do a collaboration with the Seventh Rule? I don't know who the fuck they are, so no idea. It's fun to make fun of Discovery, but I don't know what the fuck happening with my. I should probably end this soon because I'm having connection issues. Can you guys still see me? I think you can still see me. I don't know. Your mobile carrier is probably throttling your stream on the iPad. What? This is my iPad. Benji's playing with you today. I see you. All right. I'll call it quits there, guys. It's been well over 2 hours. This has been really fun. This is all I have left of the fucking pina colada. Or, I mean, Bailey's colada. I'm getting hot in the rain. If you like Alex Kurtzman, I hope you fucking die a horrible death. 'Cause fuck you and him. He can fuck any franchise. Just look what he did to Transformers. I don't know, this fucking thing keeps saying reconnect, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, call it there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Kurtzman is an asshole, and I love you guys, though. You guys are awesome. So thank you for tuning in. Have yourselves a great weekend, or what's left of it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Join us for our live Discovery review and breakdown. Until then, guys, I'm Captain Foley. This has been alive, entertaining or not, I don't know. But thank you so much. Have yourselves a good one. I gotta go take a piss. And piss all over it like I own it. Change it all up. Kind of like Kurtzman and crew. So until next time, guys. See ya.